first of all, the U.S. economy, and I think second of all, whether or not jobs are increasingly representing a source of potential inflation to you.
Well, I think you're never going to hear me complain that we got 250,000 jobs. I think it's a strong jobs report. It makes me
great opportunity today.
Comfortable that the job market is stabilizing at something like the full employment rate. That as we went through the fall last year, there were some danger signs.
Crash to boom.
Seen the unemployment rate ticking up for a fair bit, and now that's stabilized. It's even come down a little bit. So I think that's part is strong. I think there's still a couple of question marks about over-indexing on individual job months. As you know, we've been up, we've been down, we've had hurricanes. Now we got fires. We'll have to see what that's going to do to the numbers. And we had quite a strong Christmas season. And if you see these jobs numbers, you had a very big positive private sector job growth in the retail sector. So we're going to still have to process through, was that a sign of the season and then it will slow down, or is that a sign of general consumer confidence and consumer spending is going to remain strong going through the beginning of this year?
Austin, the chair and others as well have said that they do not see the job market as a source of inflation. Is that changing in your mind?
No.
That has not been changing in my mind. I don't see it as a source of inflation. If you look at wages for 2024, I think the wage number was 3.9% growth. That's pretty close to consistent given what productivity's been running with 2% inflation. So thus far, to me, the job market looks like stabilized at full employment, not an indication of overheating.
There's so many things to ask you about. I know my colleagues are eager to do so, but one more from me, Austin. And you have interest rates really going the other way. Is that consistent with your outlook and what the economy needs? Is it something that the Fed needs to address? And how do you explain why the Fed...
So let me talk about what's happening today. The jobs report came in great. More people working, less people unemployed, and that makes people fearful that rates aren't going to come down as much as we'd expect. What have I been saying for the longest time? Everyone's pricing in so many rate cuts, always overreacting, always overbuying, always overselling, getting ahead of the game. Fantastic for me, fantastic for real investors. Sell it all, sell it all. I'll just buy all of it. I love this today. What a great opportunity. It's difficult, I know. Red days is what it's all about. Green days, we don't do nothing. I've bought more. People are warning me, be careful, be careful, be careful. Don't keep buying too much. No, the economy is strong. The businesses are strong. What people are worried about is rates staying up for longer. I keep saying it. Only a couple of rate cuts next year. Maybe a pause. But rates aren't going up. This is fine. But most importantly, for those investors, real investors, who don't buy the rubbish, who don't buy the Russell, look what happened today with Tilray. I said to you this would be destroyed today. I said it could go as low as $1. Let me have a look at it right now. Tilray, where is it right now? Tilray, there you go, $1.20, $1.19. I said it was going to $1, and it won't surprise me if it goes under $1, like 50 cents. I'm not joking, because any company that borrows money right now is in trouble. Now, what does that mean? The Russell, the rubbish, the junk, stocks that will go bust, right? What are people going to do? They're going to buy, once again, the quality. When all this settles down, they'll come straight back into the S&P and they'll buy Nvidia. They'll buy Google. They'll buy Microsoft. Why? Because they're actually making money and they don't care if the rates go up. It doesn't bother them. In fact, I mean, not that rates are going to go up, but they actually make more money when the rates go up because they have their money, their uninvested cash makes them buckets of money. So as a real investor, today is great. We want the economy strong. We want people working. We want people spending money. And that's what we've got. However, those that priced in, the greedy idiots at Wall Street who priced in 5, 6, 7 rate cuts next year, thinking that we're going to, have all this taken care of in 5 minutes, and now going, hang on a minute, we pumped it up too much. Now we got to sell it off. Thank you very much. I'll just buy even more of it. So I just did. I couldn't be more in. I couldn't be more bullish than I am. But, at the end of the day, this is where investors invest and traders and gamblers get out. That's what it's all about. Anyway, it's a great day for me. I know it doesn't look very good right now. You go, oh my God, look at that. But I've just acquired even more shares of the S&P. Bring it on. Take it down another 10% if you want. Doesn't bother me. The economy is strong. The business is strong. 75% of the businesses in the S&P beat on earnings. We got some good beats this morning, not from Tilray, not from stocks that are borrowing money, that are speculative. They're not doing well at all. And most of those will go down the toilet. But, hey, this is a great day if you're an investor. Let's go for all the positions. Look. My overall portfolio is down nearly $4,000 if I sold a single share. No, the S&P is down 1.72. Gold, S&P Global, is down today. Virgin Galactic, what did I say? It would go to an all-time low if this jobs report was good, and it did. Look at that, 5%. It's completely sold off, 561. They might not survive now. Palantir, gone down. Why is Palantir gone down? Way too expensive. How many times have I said, stop buying Palantir? 200 times earnings. No one listens. Gold's gone up now because we want defensive, right? Gold goes up when you have periods of stress and drama. I won't be buying that. I've got my own gold coming soon with Robinhood, right? Amazon, gone down 2%. It's an overreaction. It will come straight back up. This is good value now. Apple's gone down 2.5%. They've not suddenly started spending less. People haven't suddenly started spending less on iPhones. They've just shown you more people are working, more people are earning money, GDP is up, more people are spending money, Apple's making money. It's gone down because people are fearful of rate cuts. It doesn't bother. It won't bother Apple and the people that buy iPhones. Unbelievable. Enphase Energy gone straight back down because they borrow money. All right, it's oversold. Coca-Cola, even defensive, is down today. Coca-Cola, dear oh dear oh dear. Everyone's selling everything. Going into bonds. J&J, however, is up slightly. Chevron Oil up 1.21. Tesla sold off. Well, no surprise. Tesla was 176 times earnings. Ridiculous. Rivian, they'll be in trouble. They got no money. They're borrowing money. That's not good for them. McDonald's, great deal today. You cannot overpay for land. Google gone down. That's good value, and it's already ticking back up again. People are going, hang on a minute. We're selling Google too cheap here. It should be over $200. Microsoft, now they're expensive. What have I said time and time again? Microsoft is good, but it's too expensive. The better buy is Google. No question about it. Google's ticking up again. What about Nvidia? What did we say? It could go down as low as 100. People said, no, it can't. Yes, it can. I said it would break 140 when it did, and it did. I said it would go to 150 during CES, and it did. I said it's going to $200 in 9 months, and it will. In 2 or 3 months from now, you won't even know this. You'll go, oh my God, why did I sell everything? Well, that's fine. Sell it all. I'll buy it all. Nvidia, gone down today. Undervalue now. This is insanely good value for money. Can it go lower? Of course it can. But at the end of the day, it's oversold today, and it's coming straight back up again. Walmart, defensive, up. Tilray, just destroyed today. Absolutely destroyed. It could go as low as 50 cents. Robinhood, $40 was our target. It's still around that $40. Very, very strong. That tells you what people are doing. IonQ went down 50% 2 days ago. Why? Overbought. And I told everyone over and over again that this is years and years away. This technology is run by mad scientists, not by accountants. The money that people are paying for this is ridiculous. And Jensen said it himself. He said, we are decades away from quantum computers. The stock went down 50%. There you go. One of those stocks that were pumped by Peru, if you remember him. Rocket Labs, great. It's too expensive. Gone down. Plug. I don't know how many times I've said, buy it at $195, sell it at $220. over and over again. It was manipulated 2 days ago by Russian oligarchs. I showed you the analytics on my channel. All the views were coming from Russia, people paying to promote the video in Russia. I told you and showed you it, and it was overbought, hugely overbought because of Biden relaxing tax incentives and credits. And I said, it's only going to last a day. And it went straight back down again. All right, they've got debt. They won't like this. FFIE, 0, worth absolutely nothing. Omar prayed to God and said God told him to buy Faraday Future, and all his cult followers have now lost all their money. It's worth nothing at all. Bitcoin going down 92. Apparently, Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. That's why the market's down today. Fears of inflation. Hang on a minute. I thought Bitcoin was a hedge against inflation. No, it's not. If it was, it would be up today. It's not. It's the biggest con ever. Michael Saylor keeps saying it's a hedge against inflation. It's nothing to do with hedge against inflation. It's down today, along with the rest of the market. XRP is down today. If you buy this at 2 and sell it at 250, 260, you could have done it 4 or 5 times. Our members have done it over and over again. All right, now, I bought another 5 shares of the S&P. What are we down to now? Is it worth buying 5 more? Let's have a little look. Where are we now? 533. Another $4. Let's have a little look at my buying power here. Buying power. Let's have a little look. Yeah. Yes, it is. VOO 533. Let me look at it. 533. I just bought another 5 at 537, 534. Trade. Buy. 5. $533. Okay, just bought another 5. Okay. Just bought another 5. It's all or nothing now for me. Didn't think I'd have to be buying more shares, but I am. All right. I've now got margin 3 times what I paid for my house. How about that? Let's read the comments. It's now those with conviction who win, those with the biggest balls who win. There's no in between now. You either believe in the economy and read the balance sheet and studied the numbers, or you ain't. And look at that. Buying power, virtually 0. Look at the margin. Could I be more bullish? Impossible. Now it's showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's showtime. You want to see drama on the show? I give you drama. Sightless, just become a member. So Sightless, I've upgraded your account on Discord. That's all done. Thank you very much indeed. Now there's my X, there's my Instagram. If you follow me there, I will engage with you. If you comment on videos, I will reply to you. You now get the members-only videos, the members-only live streams, all of it now. You've got Discord. I've done that. Free on your birthday, you'll get a birthday song. You'll also get I believe you're silver. If you want to go on the homepage of the channel as a silver member, if you are a YouTuber, if you actually have content, we can put you on there as well. So let me know if you want that. Good morning. Happy Friday. Poor man, rich man. Good morning, Alex. Good day to settle in and find some good buys. VOO, what is happening? Make it stop. Market's a bunch of crooks. People said I was being crazy. The puts January the 1st, just scaling out of them. What a day. Let's go, NVIDIA. Look at it. That is not 100% why. Problem is rate cuts. Can't hurt as well. That is not 100% why. Problem is rate cuts. Can't hurt as well. Too much spending this year, in my opinion. Can't hurt. Sorry. Bought a bunch of VU at 5.33. Everything is crashing. Pre-inauguration. It's all a noise. I'm telling you now, this is where the big boys get investors and the gamblers run and go, Mummy, help me. All right, this is the moment. We're not messing around. This is big time stuff now. You either get margin called or lose it all, or this is where you make your money. 1314. There it is. 215. Could we be more bullish than that? Could we absolutely be more bullish than that? I say no. I absolutely say no. Ed Nevius, 100. Look at spending versus bond curve. Ed Nevius. Let's have a look. GRRR is also down. Everything's down. Government spending last year, pull a 5-year chart. Thank you, Ed Nevius. Hey. Thoughts on Mobix? My birthday is on the 14th of this month. Do I get a birthday song? Yes, you do. You are a member of the channel. If you are here live on the show, you absolutely get a birthday song. I've just bought more. In the last couple of seconds, I've bought even more VU. I just bought VU at, you can see it now, I bought VU at 5 shares at 533. It's already up. Bloody hell. Okay, so I'm either going to be a millionaire in 5 minutes or lose everything. All right. Hey, thoughts on that Mobix? I haven't got any thoughts right now. I'm not looking at it at the moment. Good afternoon, Martin. In the UK now, will there be some time for uni? I used to be fit for UNI. Will there be where I will be some time for uni? I used to be fearful when the market sold off like that, but I've learned my lesson. This is an opportunity. This is going to be just the turnaround of the century. One for the books, as they said on Perfect Storm. It's a brave day. It's not all over. This is going to last a week or so. This is not a quick fix, okay? Don't think I buy now and I'll be up in 3 minutes. This is investment strategy. This is not gambling. This is not scalp trading. This is simply buying and holding. You've got to take the pain. No one knows where the bottom is. No one knows. Nobody knows. But everything is oversold, and the stocks that can move the S&P are up. The stocks that can move the S&P are oversold today, so I love it. It's only one way to go, and that's all in. It's as simple as that. Anyway, I mean, you've got to do what's right for you. This isn't for everybody. I understand that this is a bit scary right now. So, be very, very careful. If you are buying, understand what you're doing. But anyway, I'm not selling a single share. I just keep buying and buying and buying. No one knows the bottom. It's the Friday phone-in, by the way. The Friday phone is going to be absolutely electric today. I just got home. I was driving in the snow in Georgia. Fight Channel. Let's have him on the show. This is a huge day. It's the Friday phone-in. Zach Zate, phone in. Phone in today. The Friday phone is a little bit late. It's late because, of course, we had the Tilray earnings, which is just going out now, actually, as its own video. So phone in now. The phone lines are open. This is going to be a huge day. One for the books today. One for the books. This is big boy time. You either run or you invest. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to go today. I'm all in. And there it is. So I've just put a video up. Let me see. It's already premiering. Bloody hell, that's out quick. Okay, my video is out. My Tilray Brands video is out. It's playing right now. Let me just make sure that this is right. Ooh, that needs to go there. Hang on a minute. People are watching ad-free right now. Naughty people. You cannot watch my videos without watching ads. What's going on? Won't we make any money? What's going on? I've got to put some ads on it. I literally posted it and didn't put my ads on. Can't be doing that, can I? There it goes. Don't think that this is all over, though. This could last for a few days. But if you bought today, a month from now, 3 months from now, you'll be very glad you did. The economy is strong. This is exactly what's expected to happen just before Trump goes in. All the threats of tariffs and everything else. It's exactly what we expected, and it's happening. So I bought it. Let me make sure I've got all that right. Okay, fantastic. Whew. It's a very, it's a bit scary. I'll be honest with you. No one wants to see this happening. Fight Channel's here. Huge day, Fight Channel. How are you, mate? Big day today. Woo.
I'm tired. I'll tell you that much. Driving in the snow is not fun. I'll tell you that much.
It takes a lot of concentration. You're absolutely right. I'm glad you're home safe, though. We're very pleased to see you home safe. So congratulations. Very nice.
Yeah, some people didn't make it. I seen one crash this morning out here.
Yeah, not everyone's going to get home safe. But thank you for doing DoorDash, delivering everyone's
This is
meal.
Uber. DoorDash. Yeah, I was Ubering people home from work or to work.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. Thank you for providing that service, right? People forget. And anyone who does anything, anyone's out there working, is providing a service of some description. So thank you very much indeed for doing that. Let me just check. Yeah, that's already out. Bloody hell. I've got my premiere just going live right now. So what do you think? What do you think, Fight? We've just had a great jobs report. It's way better than everybody thought. The reason why the market sold off because everyone priced in 4, 5, 6 rate cuts. And now they think we're going to get a pause. And of course, the market sold off because bonds have gone up and everyone's fearful now. Not fearful of the economy, not fearful of the businesses, but they're worried about rate cuts. Now, all that really does for me is destroy the Russell, destroy the rubbish, the great stocks, get sold off as a reaction and then bought back. So I've just gone all in. Another 10 shares of the S&P, 115 now, 18.
You're never going to get out of margin.
Eh?
You're never going to get out of margin, are you?
If it keeps going down, I keep buying. And it's as simple as that, right? Because why wait a year, 2 years and buy it when I've got that money? If it goes down, oversells, and the economy is strong and the markets are good, why sell? This is what investing's about, right? It's tough. Everyone wants the green days. I want the red days, right? The red days is when we go to work. If today's news had been bad, okay, but it's not. It's good. The economy's strong. GDP is good. People spending money. Zach Zate's calling in. Zach Zate, this is a beautiful view. I can see that is definitely Italy. 100% that's Italy. Fight. Look at Zach Zate. Welcome to the show. Looking great there, mate.
Happy Friday. Time to relax. The view, the sun is shining, even in Italy, that is Tuscany, from the balcony.
Beautiful. Look
Just
at you.
to relax.
Beautiful.
Deep breath.
Deep breath.
Everything is okay.
Everything's okay.
Is it?
I mean, I've got to earn some money now. I need to do like 500 videos a day, right? We need to get some videos out. But the biggest investment is in myself. We've placed our bets. We know what's going on. The economy's good. It's just before Trump comes in, threatening tariffs all over the place. We know none of it's going to come to anything. We know it's all going to fix itself. The market has overreacted. The market overbought it. The market overbought everything because it thought rate cuts are going to keep coming and coming and coming. And now they're selling and selling and selling. So what do? We buy this dip. I know it's scary, but if we don't buy this dip, we will regret it in 6 months from now. How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm on my way to a vineyard to get some dinner. But as you can know, Trump is not in the seat yet.
No.
Everything is stressed toward the government to get him inside and make the change. There is a lot of trying to do the last change, the last act before that. And we know the war is still there. Big expenses now. Looking at California, about $100 million just to recover from those fires. Looking at the wars, U.S. is the big brother of everybody. U.S. always put the money out of the pocket, and that's what's the situation. Where's that money come? Also from the stock.
Yeah. The disaster in California is off the scale right now. Of course, you are from California, but we heard this morning it looks like a lot of the fires were set on purpose. Arsonists. Can you believe that? American citizens, one of the worst disasters ever. I mean, this is going to cost billions. Billions, because the value of these houses, you might say, well, it's the land you pay for. Is the house really worth 100 million? Well, of course it's not, but the land it stands on is, because people buy it, right? But that's what people insured their houses for. So we're going to have a big, big payout, but a lot of people aren't going to be able to get insurance after this. A lot of insurance companies are going to suffer. But I'm glad to hear your house is fine and you're okay.
Yes, thank you, thank you. But as a contractor, one of the reason I do it in California is because of the earthquakes, the winds, the fires. California known for the weather conditions to affect the state. So if you want to go and buy or build a brick houses, that's not going to change the weather. They're going to recover. We're going to recover very fast. And it happened before. The thing is, the cost of living is very high, and those people doesn't have the money to rebuild, and they will recover in the next year. The money is again where the U.S. affected all the servicing over there, and there will be billions of dollars going into the recovery, which nobody expected that, and the market react to that immediately.
The question is, though, I take what you say there, because I'm really glad you've mentioned that, because we had that debate the other day about the houses built out of wood and so on and so forth. People have built houses made out of combustible materials in an area surrounded by vegetation and trees that are all dried out. So it's a giant tinderbox. Okay. Now I know what you're saying. It's the wind and it's the climate and everything else. That makes sense. However, if you've got a house made out of brick, perhaps the fire could have been slowed down. That's what I'm saying. But if every house just explodes and goes up and it's like a pack of cards, you can't stop it. The fire department said they just can't stop it until the wind changes. In other words, the fire department aren't any help at all. And we have great respect for the fire department. Of course, they're doing their best, but they're saying they can't stop it. Mother Nature is ahead of them. They can't stop it. Where if the houses weren't burning, if they weren't combustible, they were made of brick, maybe it would slow it down a little bit. That's all we're saying. But I'm no expert. I'm just putting that conversation out there.
It is truth in a way, but I asked yesterday in Italy, houses for 500,000 years old. And I asked them, do you have any fear of fires? Do you have any weather effect that can destroy your home? And walking in the city, I can hear the jackhammers breaking heavy cement, but the weather condition does not bring them. It's a very cold, it's 4 seasons, it's very balanced, and the affection of California or the tornadoes in Oklahoma or the winds of Florida and the floods in Florida, it's something that always been in the US. And I think that if you build in bricks, it's not going to make much difference. The thing's going to be flooded, just like in Venice. They're all on water, and the whole place is on water. So you learn to live, even in Italy, on living on water. Same every place in the world got that weather condition. The U.S. I would always recommend to live and come and see California, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Really gather the whole world in one state, but be careful always and watch yourself with the weather and the time condition of the season. Yes.
And it's a very complex subject, as you say. We're not going to solve it just by doing one thing. Doing this can solve it, but also it's a huge concern that there wasn't enough water. We were watching houses burn on the beach with waves lapping up to the front of the house, right on the beach. Where was the, how could we not get water out of the sea? What was going on there? And now we see the Hollywood Hills. We'll come to you in a second, Fight. I'd love to hear from you. We saw the Hollywood Hills. I've been on the Hollywood Hills. I've been outside Michael Jackson's house like we all have. We've all seen it. And all these houses are now on fire. It's incredible. And they've all got swimming pools as well. And none of that water seemed to be of much help. It seems incredible. But one thing I always want to say, and it always comes up, whenever we have a disaster in a first world country, we go and say, this is worse than a third world country. And I always get a little bit upset by that comment because I've been to third world countries. And let me tell you, very often the people are a lot more resourceful because they have to live on a lot less. They might not have a house full of technology and gadgets and equipment and $1 million houses, but they are very resourceful in survival. And it's always a bit of a derogatory term to say, oh, it's worse than a third world. Third world might not have any money, but the people aren't stupid. They know how to survive, and they survive better in many cases. They can go through a lot. So it's, but most importantly, we need to remember, evidence is now coming out that a lot of these fires were started by people. They're running around. Now, this morning, we got people looting. We got people breaking into houses in California, where you live, Zach Zate, stealing people's possessions. People's lives are ruined, and where is the common, United States, a united people? Come on, people. Not only are you setting fire to people's houses, you're now stealing from them. Fight. Give me your thoughts, and I'll come back to you, Zach.
You're talking about getting water from the ocean. That was the governor told him not to do that. If I was the top firefighter over to putting these fires out, I would have said, go get the water out of the ocean and put it down, because that could have saved a lot of more houses and all this stuff. The governor need to be fired or resign, one or two. People are already complaining about the governor of California. That's the problem.
Yeah. A lot of people are very, very upset about that. Just keeping it on topic, we are talking about the fires. We're talking about everything. We got people calling in. The phone line's open. It's a Friday phone in. Please call in. The link's in the chat. Let me give everyone the link right now. If you want to call in, if you are a member of our channel, you can have your say about the economy, anything you like, as long as you remember. Let me pin that to the top. Just want to show everybody, look, I went all in this morning, all in again. The market oversold. A good jobs report means, of course, the economy is strong, GDP is up, businesses are up. This is where it's tough. This is where the tough get invested. I said to you the Russell will go down. Most businesses, 85% in 10 years, won't be here on the Russell. Buy the quality. I bought the dip, 10 shares of the S&P this morning. I bought more and more and more. I couldn't be more bullish. I couldn't be more in. Look at my buying power. Look at my margin. That is 3 times what I bought my house for. No joke. But that's what we got to do. The economy makes sense. The GDP makes sense. And 75% of the businesses in the S&P have beaten on earnings. This is an overreaction prior to Trump taking office. All right, so hopefully we get more people call in. This should be great. So, yeah, what do you think about that then, right? Zach Zate, you're from California. Your governor seems to be very unpopular today in California. Gavin Newsom seems to be very unpopular. The firefighters didn't have water. They weren't allowed to take from the ocean. We also had the fire department's budget cut dramatically recently, and here we are with the richest people in the country, in the richest country, having their houses 10,000 losses, people breaking into houses, stealing. How do you feel about everything that you're hearing today, Zach Zate?
For my opinion, Gavin will be the president in one of those days, in the future days. He's an incredible person as himself, but also as a reactor. The thing is that to react to the fires, and it's been for ages, I want to take back maybe to 1908 with the earthquake that destroyed San Francisco, but down to the ground. The whole city needed to rebuild. I want to take us to the drought resistance in 2014, 2015. People have been fined for watering the front, and today, when we look at the world as it goes, we are such a tiny. The human is such a tiny thing compared to the weather and the creation. The whole world, and I'm in an incredible trip, showing me few different perspectives how to look at the world, especially starting in Israel when I'm going down to Eilat, which is a junction of 4 countries. If you look at it as land, It's junction between Asia, Europe, and Africa. And you see the attack of the war coming with missiles toward that place. And the story of that place from the Bible till today hasn't been done. It's all still in creation. So perspective, the US from 1776, we have enough in our years to build, and we created a beautiful country. We created the separation between the states. We created rules, but protection from the weather, wherever you at, bring you always to perspective how tiny, small we are, and how the world, just like it's been created, can
Yeah.
change it in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
I I love the Gavin. Gavin also is amazing, and I think he will get California back and better.
It's going to be difficult to pay for it, though. Fortunately, if there is any green shoots, I mean, it'll be a huge boom for the building economy. If you're a builder in California, you've got a guaranteed job right now. Anybody that needs to do plumbing, electrical work, you'll be doing loads of business. I would imagine, Zach Zate, doing your flooring, be boom
But
time for you.
it is the conspiracy. The conspiracy, for example, PG&E, the company of Pacific Gas and Electric, which is control the power line in California. It's like a monopoly. It's like a one of a kind. There is no replacing for them, but they're in bankruptcy. So if the fire starts from a broken electric line, and you know that the company that's holding the electric cannot support or maintenance those lines, that's where the government needs to put his attention. Because in the North California, in the South, PG&E is one of a kind, and there is no one that will come and replace them. And after bankruptcy about 6, 7 years ago, they almost declared the government got them back, give them the money. But you can see that there is so much to do. There is boxes, the on the electric poles. There is the round boxes from the 1950s. Come on, you can upgrade the electric wires. It's impossible that when the wind starts, you need to shut off. And last year, we've been weeks without electric because they don't want those fires. So people buying generators and people trying to protect themselves because today with electric cars and they're going to be stuck home without doing have ability to do anything. So the let's say called the responsibility of that must be coming from the government, from the president, even to come and make sure to make America for all those upgrades, the electric and the technology that we are looking
Yeah.
at.
Well, thank you for your thoughts and that, and sharing your ideas. I appreciate that, and I think the important point there was, no matter how strong or clever or rich or powerful we think we are, we're nothing compared to the earth. And you're absolutely right. Something I always think about. Zero, absolutely right. Something I always think about. I really do think about this a lot. Actually, I have some really strange, deep thoughts. The fact that if you just stand back a little bit rather than zooming in, it's like zooming into the stock market and seeing second by second. It looks very different than if you look at it year by year or 10 year by year or more than that. And the planet's the same. If you think about this, just zoom out for a moment. There's only a paper wafer thin habitable area for humans to exist on the surface of the planet. There's a very thin layer of habitable space that we can survive in, right? We can't live deep down because it gets very hot going down, and if you go up a little bit, it gets very, very cold. If you stood on the wing of a plane at 30,000 feet, you'd be dead, right? It's like minus 55 degrees, right? There's only a very, very, very small area that we survive in. And what is more importantly, and that really makes me think about it, is the fact that is in the solar system, not just in our little millimeter of survivable space, but in the overall space of it all, right? We have got variations of temperature, of gases in the air, or humidity, or heat, or whatever, on scales we can't even comprehend, right? Whereas in our little center of our habitable area, we go, oh, if it gets below 20 degrees, I get cold, and if it goes above 30 degrees, I'm warm, and it's like a microscopic variation compared to what the planet can actually do. All right, we could go up millions of degrees. We could go down millions of degrees. The wind speed, we worry if it's 80 mile an hour or 100 mile an hour. In space, it can be millions of miles an hour. Pressure, if the world slowly speeds up a little bit, we all fly off into space. If it slows down a bit, we all get crushed instantly. So the numbers in space is so astronomical, and we have this magical little wafer thin area where we survive, and yet we think we can control everything and we can fix everything. It's hilarious, but we do our best because we're only humans, right? So we put on a safety helmet and we run around with our hose pipe and we try and put the fire out. But if planet Earth decides tomorrow we're setting fire to the whole thing, forget it. We ain't sorting that out. Fight, you wanted to say something?
I did.
Oh, sorry. I thought you put your hand up, Zach. Any comments?
I was calculating how much money I made this week see where I'm at for the rest of the week.
I gotta say, it's too early for me to say. I told you so. It's a bit early for me to say. I bought the bottom, but I gotta say it's starting to look better. I'm just saying, but like I did say earlier, this is not a day. This is a week out. We got to get through the inauguration. This is it could be lower again on Monday. I don't know, but I do think today was a huge sell-off, overreaction. And nobody wants insane levels of margin. Nobody does. But at the end of the day, if you got to know you're the engine. You've got to have money coming in. If you're not going to sell stuff, don't forget, guys, I can start selling if I want to. I've got stocks that are 30, 40% up if I really thought, oh my God, all right? However, I believe most in myself. My investment is in me. I have got to work my arse off and pay down that and pay that back. I don't want to be selling it. Who wants to sell it? But Fight, what's your thoughts on my global planet situation?
I mean, yeah, we got to do a lot better because to exist on this planet, we got to do a lot better or not. I mean, every place will be a third world country. I mean, the way I'll look at it. I mean, we got all this technology. Why ain't we using all this technology to better our human race for everybody, not just America or Europe or Asia?
Lovely.
Like third world countries need it too. They need it more than we do.
Yeah,
actually.
but do you know what? I mean, this is a scary fact, right? If you go to a so-called third world, thank you, Leah. Is that a nice cup of tea? Can I give you back this mug here? Oh, cheers. Oh, is it coffee? Is it? Lovely. Right. If you go to a so-called third world, Fight, or Zach's sake, or anybody else tuned in today, all right, and ask them to do something to survive. In other words, find some food in the field or the jungle or wherever, they'll find it. Get yourself warm, get yourself clothed, get yourself some shelter. They can do it. How many of us here, and remember, we're only ever 5 days away from the shops being empty. That's it. With the supply, the way it works. Only 5 days. Don't care how big your cupboard is. I don't care how much you think you can take care of yourself. After 5 days, that Kroger and all your Walmarts are empty. Everyone's robbed everything. It's all gone. How many of you then can go out in the garden with the garden that you've got or the bit of land you've got and eat the grass or catch a rabbit or, I don't know, light a fire perhaps without a lighter or some technical gadget? I wonder how many of us could do it. I certainly couldn't go on YouTube. That's a fact because there would be no internet or electric. But how do we survive? How many of us would actually survive? I often wonder that.
We got to do better, and we got to have a lot of us got a short memory. The pandemic just happened a few years, and I already see people double deep in places that become a mess. That's a cause for disease and being sick. And I'm trying to avoid. You got to protect yourself. You cannot change the world, but you can have let's call a safer life, because a lot of, like, even the technology that we look at, the current development of this world, but how does it really affect and help our world? Like recycle, the smallest things that we are responsible and can do that, like washing your hands. Those are the small things that people sometimes very easy to forget. So the knowledge comes from us first, and that's where the next generations gotta be there. We gotta learn, we gotta study. I don't think everything is just about the money or the cost of living, but if I look at the population, I'm looking at Italy over here, and you have such a huge space to live, and they keep it as this Tuscany beauty. I live in California. We have all the Napa and the national parks, and we preserve those areas. But that caused a lot of people to live in a tiny city. Why to live in such a small, tiny room in a big city when you can have fields of strawberry fields forever? It just proportionally the human can have pro- perspective to the world. And creation, which I follow a lot of churches here, and I see all the stories from Saint Francis and Saint Jose, which are the cities we are living, San Francisco and San Jose. That's my category and area, and everything already been written and been said. So we live, like, I'll say it maybe as there was Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. I love movies, right? So there was World War 1, World War 2, and we are very close to the third. So you see, it's like another capture of the history that we are creating. I think the governments got to sit down, get together, and get us, the people, in a better world, because there is hate and there is differences, and they're becoming bigger and bigger. I think you are a bridge, for example, with your show, a bridge for every society, any level, any person, to understand the world is, as we said, we are like dust in the wind. That's also why I
Absolutely.
love music. I think the music brings it all.
Thank you. I've just got to go through. Stay on the line, but I've got to go through a few stocks and show where we are. I've got a few questions coming in. Not everyone agrees with you about Gavin Newsom. Some people aren't so happy with him. So we've got difference of opinion there. But let me share with you. Please stay on the line if you wish to do so. Let me go through a few of the positions where we are this morning. We're still seeing some red. It's starting to turn down again. The main stock market is going down again. The S&P is selling off again. Hasn't shown much support yet. It tried to. S&P Global is going down. Virgin Galactic is going down. But I'm not even going to ask Zach how he feels about that. I know. Palantir is way too expensive. It's selling off today. Gold is going up. They say gold is a hedge against inflation. It is. Gold is going up. They also say Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. It isn't. It's going down. So let's get that absolutely clear. Bitcoin certainly is not a protection against inflation. It's proving it over and over again. But look at tech. Apple and Amazon down. Apple is selling off big today. This is, you may remember that recently Warren Buffett sold a big portion of his Apple. He is out. But our Coca-Cola defensive isn't doing much either yet. Even Coca-Cola is being sold down. The reason why Coca-Cola is being sold down, because somebody was saying to me, why isn't Coke going up? You said Coke would go up as it's a defensive. It is, but rates for longer is a threat of inflation, and Coca-Cola is expensive. It's going to make people more concerned about their purchases. However, the economy is strong. Inflation is not going up. All we got today was a good jobs report, and it's scaring people to sell everything. So for me, it's a good time to buy. J&J, however, is going up. Chevron Oil is up today, 0.69. Tesla is up on a Monday. We have a special guest talking about oil live on the show, an oil and commodities expert live on the show. You cannot afford to miss it. Joseph Shasta is on the show on Monday from Canada, oil and commodities expert. Rivian down today. They won't like this. McDonald's down. Even McDonald's, a sound investment. Good time to buy McDonald's. Google is flat today, just down very slightly. Microsoft, but here's the big story. Nvidia, $135 now. Let's remind ourselves of the value of Nvidia, and this is a big driver in the S&P, which I own, of course. We're now looking at a forward PE on Nvidia of 47.44. 47 times earnings forward, right? If we compare that to another stock I do love, but I like, it's just insanely expensive. It has dropped now 179. It was 200 times earnings before this crash. Now 179, still too expensive. What about Tesla? TSLA. Let's have a look at Tesla. That's come down, but it's still too expensive. 159 times earnings. At some point, the chickens have got to come home to roost, and all this has to balance itself out. So some good news, some not so. Let me see if Wall Street is sending me anything right now. Let's have a quick look. No, they're on a commercial break. Let me look at my Bloomberg feed. What's being said here? What's being said here on Bloomberg?
Which means U.S. farmers have a problem. They have to find alternative sources of demand.
Interesting. Mike, always good. We'll get to pork bellies next time. Mike McGlone, senior.
Nothing there at the minute. I'm in between interviews. We've got breaking news, of course. Oh, hang on. Let me bring this to you.
Today, he will be addressing the past, the present, and the future. And so we will want to have a fulsome review.
Okay,
and,
we've got an update
will
on what's going
absolutely
on
be a
in
part
New
of our
Orleans.
process.
Nothing I need to bring to you just yet. The markets are still selling off. It's pretty scary. Nvidia is going down again. It's selling off. Let's continue our journey here. Walmart up 1.1. Tilray, I predicted would go down to $1 today. It's now down at 122. 11% drop, and it's still falling. Now 121. Robinhood, $40. It's holding up there. IonQ, this has been crashing down. It's tried to go up again today, but a 50% drop a couple of days ago. Jensen Wang saying we're decades away and the stock is overpriced. People listened to him. They didn't give a damn when I said it. Faraday Future down 17%. No value at all. Completely bankrupt. Doesn't produce anything. Why anyone would buy that, I've no idea. Bitcoin is down again today. XRP is down 0.5%. It's a scary, scary day. Okay, let's come back to our guests. If you want to call in, you can be on the show today. The link is in the chat. It's open to all members. It's the Friday phone-in. Please do join us. If you are interested, by the way, I'm quite chuffed I was able to get this out so quick. This is my new super duper 1 gig up. What do you call it?
If I may, Martin, it is 5 in Italy, and I do have a 5:30 reservation. I really have to go. But
Right.
one of the reasons, if the world will continue act like that, one of the reasons I do like space is that if we'll have a way to get the hell out of this world, I want a ticket, and I will keep following.
You're absolutely right,
it's
mate.
pushing.
Absolutely spot on. And you probably are now the largest shareholder in Virgin Galactic. So if there is an announcement of an imminent global catastrophe, Michael Cole Glaze will be saying, "Oi, Zach, get down to the spaceport. We're getting the hell out of here. At least we can go up for 5 minutes and then we can float back down again. But for 5 minutes, you'll be all right." You might want to get some SpaceX.
Hotel in space. It shows like 2028. There should be hotel in space already. So the whole progress of space, and I read about Mark Zaxby's in Kennedy Center today to see SpaceX and then to Texas. It is a fascinating development for space and human being. But that's why I like following it, and I will never let go before I know that the world is safe again.
I never realized that. Now we know why you've been buying so much Virgin Galactic. You got a secret plan. I need a ticket out of here. I probably suggest you go. SpaceX is probably the best bet, though. I'm just saying. But anyway, we wish you the best. Go and enjoy your reservation. You having a nice meal in
Thank
Italy.
you so much. Happy Friday. Yes,
Friday.
thank you.
Oh, the best Mediterranean food in Italy. The best olive oil in the world. The best vegetables. I love it. Have a wonderful eat.
Everyone, I recommend take the plate, put some olive oil, add some vinegar, some pepper, and dip the bread into it. You're gonna have a beautiful life.
You
And
are.
carpaccio, I like my carpaccio.
Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you very much
Thank you
indeed
so
for
much
calling
for the
in.
opportunity.
Thank you so much indeed. That's great. Let's hopefully Zach has a great meal there. I've been there. It sounds absolutely. It is wonderful. It is as wonderful as you can imagine. Anyway, the markets are still selling off, folks. This is not going to be over just yet. This is very scary. If anybody wants to call in. Now, you've been investing, Fight, haven't you, in your dividends? How's your dividend position today down so much like this? How's it looking for you?
The Roth IRA down 1.62, traditional down 1.59, and the brokerage down 1.74%.
Okay. Have you been buying any more?
I'm getting more dividends in tonight. Then I wait for the weekend and figure out how I'm going to do it for next week.
Yeah. Today's going to be a tough day for everyone. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be over in 5 minutes. Of course, I don't want it to keep going down and keep going down. There's a limit, but I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. It's just, just got to go through this now. If you want to look, if you want to grow, you've got to put some seeds in the ground. You've got to do the work. You can't just go, well, I only buy when it goes up, because that's not investing. You buy when it goes down. It's difficult. Nobody wants to see their portfolio go down. Nobody wants to see it like this. But this is the only way that you are the future millionaires, by investing, and you have to buy when it goes down, not when it goes up.
And it's beginning of the year too. What's the big deal? I mean, basically, the way I look at it, it's gonna go sideways until he gets inaugurated on Monday. Then we see what happened at first 100 days of his presidency. Then the market will respond end of the year.
Yeah. This is a game of patience. Not going to happen in 5 minutes, but let's read some of your comments. AMD, a falling knife, says Traw. Thank you very much. SPX tested top of trend line down. AMD hit 115. How's silver looking? I haven't looked at it. Shawn Michaels, market crashed. Well, it's the name of the video. Crash to boom. That's what we said. Stand by it. TJT, short gravestone, DOG, I'm not sure what that means. I have a 50% cash ready. Okay. You know me. I'm always invested. I don't believe in
I have 50% cash ready to go. I'll be looking at some of the stuff that's below average cost and start buying in.
Yeah, I wouldn't have cash sitting around now. I'd be in. What are you waiting for? Look at all that. You've got to remind yourself the economy is strong, inflation is coming down, rates are coming down. All we've got really is a dummy being thrown out of the pram by Wall Street. It's not what they wanted. The economy being strong and the jobs report being strong is good for everyone. It's not a bad thing today. However, if you priced in 4 or 5 rate cuts and you're expecting the market to boom, you sell it. Why? To buy it back cheaper, because you need that movement, you need that room, and they don't want to be sitting. They don't want to be sitting here with the market going sideways, which is what I said. So what I've been saying for ages. That's why I'm now moving into defensives in Coca-Cola. So I said when the market goes down because they're disappointed, I'm buying more. It's what I've done. I don't want to keep buying. It's insane levels. But if you're going to give it away, if I'm going, it's there for me to pick it up. It's just. I'm not going to wait a year and buy it when it's 20-30% higher. But anyway, I'm heavily invested in QBTS, says Sean, down 50%. But the fiscal year started in October, said Ed Nevius. The fiscal year started in October. Is that right?
Some companies do got their fiscal year started in, but most of them don't do that.
January the 1st, isn't it?
Well, most of them do the yearly thing, but there's a lot of them that start their
Yeah.
fiscal year in October. Yes.
Okay, guys, wait the 20. Wait the 20 for trade. It's risky now. Wait the 20. What does that mean?
Trade.
Not sure. Silver is up 1.52. Thank you, Namisha. Vaz says, I'm all in now, down about 10% from Wednesday, waiting for a recovery on the markets now, trading single stocks. If they pop up to generate more money to buy the stocks down is my strategy now. Oops, hang on, we're going down again. Keep warning people, this is not the end. Anyway, will I buy more? I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, there is a limit to this. It's 44% though, still in a very strong position. Very strong position. And remember, when you buy a good asset like the S&P, even though you're buying more, right, it actually can boost that gap as well, because you're buying a stock that has a very low maintenance level and so on and so forth. So don't be surprised if you actually buy a bit more and go, oh, I've got 45% now. That's kind of cool. It goes up a little bit. But I'm not looking to just, I know, no matter how good the asset is, if you buy too much, you'll get margin called, even if it's only $1. But,
Yeah, I'm at 39 on my percentage of margin left. And that's a lot better than I was at the beginning of the year, because I did pay off 3,000 of my 8,000 I sent over to my Roth IRA already.
Yes. Oh, Ed Nevius has defined what he meant. Yes, for the Treasury. For the Treasury. Okay. Thank you very much indeed, Ed. Now we understand.
Some companies do start theirs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Spent last cash on today's dip. Vaz, be invested. Missed the whole freaking show due to inventory BS. LO. But I'm here. Nobody worry. It's all good now. Okay, we can continue. Thank God for that. Stacey Bailey's here. Bootlegger's back. Now we continue.
Yeah. I guess you make sure she had enough bootleg shirts ready to go out.
Yeah, the market's crashed. I'm out of money. I'm all in on margin. She's got T-shirts ready to go. So must thank you, Vaz. So there you go. Anyway, so listen, folks, the market is still down. If you missed earlier the Tilray earnings, I've just put it out as its own video. I have to say, I do like this 1 gig up. I was able to put an hour and a half earnings out. Literally, as I started the show, it's amazing. It's been rendered, it's been posted, it's been uploaded, it's in 4K, it's already running. Tilray Brands, there it is. Only 5 people are watching it because you're all sat here watching this. It's quite funny, really. I don't know why I premiered it. I should have waited. I actually should have waited, but the point is, the news needs to be out, not after my show. It needs to be out now, even though I could have got more money and done better if I'd waited. But anyway, there you go. I'm all invested. Need to wait till April to get another 20 grand allowance from my ISA. Next week, I'll be able to buy Coca-Cola, 750 shares. Very nice indeed. I spent most of my cash I had aside on Gorilla. Very nice indeed. Well, I think we're going to wrap up today's show pretty quickly because I'm actually cold again. It's freezing here. Bloody, we got snow outside. Yeah, freezing, mate.
How much inches of snow you guys got?
Oh, it's not much. See, look, for Texas, it's a real big deal.
Inches
but I've seen real snow. I've been to Switzerland, Norway. I've seen 20 meters of snow. Right? It's about an inch.
We got 4 inches here.
Yeah,
in Georgia.
But that's the end of the world for Texas. Inch. It's cold though. I don't care about the snow. I care it's cold.
It's like 30-some degrees here.
Yeah. We've got a nice heating system. Me and Leah, we always debate this. We always tell ourselves we could be warm as toast if we want. We could sit in a shorts and t-shirt if we want. But then paying the bill at the end of the month won't be so fun. We've got a big heating system. We can turn it up and the house can be as hot as you like, but then we can't pay the bill. So we go for the cold option.
I saw a kid out there running around in the snow in shorts. Just shorts, nothing else.
Yeah, we all did that when we were 10 years old. I did that when I was 10. Mm-hmm. You didn't? I did. Yeah. I was a bloody idiot when I was 10 years old. 15, 20. I don't do that now. Now I'm an old man sitting, rocking in my chair, freezing cold. Leah goes, it's your own bloody fault. You spend all day sitting doing YouTube. If you're running around the house, you'd be fine. And she's right. She's dead right.
Since I can't go back out to work, I might make some YouTube videos for next week.
Go and make some YouTube videos. We look forward to seeing it. Fight Channel, final thoughts for me, mate. Oh, hang on. MSK wants to call in. Hang on a minute. We got a bit of... Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let's stick you over here. What does he want to say? We got... Let's put... Here he is, Mr. Cambridge. Mr. Cambridge. Let's stick him up there. He loves that, doesn't he? He's so glad he told everybody.
That's my name. That's my nickname.
Yeah, Mr. Cambridge. How are you, mate? How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I was just looking at the charts. I mean, I think Bitcoin's doing well compared to the S&P, if I'm honest.
Don't you rub it in. Don't you rub it in.
You
and your bloody crypto.
Doing better than the S&P. In fact, my best performing crypto at the moment today is Sui. Let's look at Sui. Let's see how it's doing.
What's the ticker symbol?
SUI.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, all right, makes sense. Yeah, all right.
It's Sui doing good. That means Solana's doing good.
It's down today.
It's Mark Network.
Let's have a look. Sui's Sun Communities down. It's down today, 115. Oh, hang on, I've muted you. There you go. Talk to me again.
Crypto, Martin, not a company. Crypto. Sui.
Oh, Sui the crypto. Sui the crypto.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute then. All right, okay. Let me just get rid of that a minute. Have we got? I don't bloody know. Is it? Have we got it in crypto over here? I'll go over to the bubbles. I'll go over to the bubbles.
It's not on Robinhood.
Is it not? No. There is Sui. There you go. Let's have a little look. Sui, how do you doey? Hong Kong Fooey. Diddle-diddle-diddle-dee. Sui is up 3.5% today.
Yep. How's XRP doing?
Whoa. Hang on. Whoa. What is this? Phone into the show and I'm your private
XRP
secretary. All right. Okay. XRP. But why is this? Down today 1.7.
No, is it? Today?
That's what it says. That's what it says.
Down 0.44%.
No, it's down 0.83. Why is it saying that then?
Yeah, why is it saying different things?
Yeah, why is it saying that? That doesn't make any sense. It's
So
actually, I'll show you what
XLMR.
that's really weird, isn't it? That's the crypto really bubble. It's not performing very well. I'll show you XRP. XRP, there you go. It's down, it's at 220, 228, down 0.69.
I got 0.29 on mine.
S&P. Yeah, I've got something completely different. I've got 0.5 up actually, which is just strange.
What the hell?
But, yeah.
Decentralization. It's all unregulated. There's your problem. Right there.
You know what? The main reason I called, I read some news around insurance policies being cancelled right before the fires happened. I was thinking that sounds really quite. I'll send it into
what, cancelled by the people who own the houses, or cancelled by the insurance company?
By the companies.
So they knew there was going to be a fire.
I'm not saying that, but I mean that's a really bizarre, it's a really bizarre thing to do, right?
Oh, they do the same thing in Florida. When a hurricane comes through, they start canceling. When hurricane season comes, a lot of insurance companies won't do more insurance in Florida.
Yeah, but if you've already got insurance, hang on, whoa. If you've already got insurance, you've paid your money, and then the insurance people sitting around going, it's going to be a bad day for us, boys. Tell you what, phone everybody up and say your policy's cancelled. What? That's what I paid for. I mean, maybe not allowing new people to sign up and pay, but not cancelling the ones who already have paid. I mean, that's like a betting, like a booking office. You put $50 on Fred Blogg's The Horse to win, and as it gets near the winning line, I think it's going to win. Cancel all the bets. I mean, that doesn't sound very fair, does it?
Let me put it on Discord. The article that I read.
Oh my God.
So if I put it on...
I think it was quite funny, though. I heard someone say, don't worry, because the people that lost their houses in the Hollywood Hills, They don't need the insurance. They're like you got people like Nicole Kidman and Tom Hanks just going to go. I just build another house. I got the cash in the bank. Yeah, but I mean that's not the attitude, is it? That's not the attitude.
I've just put a link on links for YouTube.
Right, links for YouTube. Thank you for doing it correctly. Little lesson there to everybody. Links for YouTube. All right. Let's have a look at this. All right, let's have a look. This is what you just found out. This can't be true, can it? CBS News, okay, credible source. Thousands of Los Angeles homeowners were dropped by their insurers before the Palisades fire. They were dropped. Hang on a minute. Let's read this. Right. Pacific Palisades, the Los Angeles neighborhood, has been devastated by the Palisade fires, is emblematic of the insurance nightmare increasingly facing homeowners residing in regions prone to climate disasters. About 1,600 policies in Pacific Palisades were dropped by State Farm in July. Back in July, not the day before the fire then. Okay, that's a bit better. So basically, that means probably you couldn't renew. That's what that probably means. It means your insurance expired and they're dropping the cover. You can't get cover because, in fact, I'll come on to that in a minute. California Department of Insurance spokesman Michael Soller said in a Thursday email to CBS Watch, analysis of insurance data by CBS San Francisco last year found that State Farm also dropped more than 2,000 policies in two other Los Angeles zip codes, which include the Brentwood, Calabasas, Hidden Hills, and Monte Nido neighborhoods. In an email to CBS Watch, State Farm said our number one priority right now is the safety of our customers, agents, and employees impacted by the fires, and insisting our customers in the midst of tragedy. State Farm's decision reflects a trend of private insurers, including Allstate, and Farmers Insurance, of dropping California policies or halting underwriting, leaving homeowners with the choice of getting coverage through the insurer or, last resort, the California Fair Access to Insurance Requirements Plan or FAIR Plan, or forgo or insurance altogether. The FAIR Plan provides basic insurance coverage for properties in high-risk areas when traditional insurance companies will not. Okay, so essentially, I understand this. I've got first-hand experience of this. Let me explain what I mean by that. Let me just delete that a minute. That's very, very important. And it's good to understand this, because we've experienced it the same here. Where we live, there is environmental issues of hail, right? And essentially what happened was, as our insurance policy expired, it was dropped. Not dropped mid-term, dropped. Our insurance company said, you can't renew with us because the risk has gone up in Texas, a lot more hail, we're not insuring anymore. And we had to run around thinking, well, someone's insuring, surely. And we end up having to pay a lot more to get insurance. And there was only one or two options to choose from. If those two had dropped, there would be no insurance for us either, because no one's covering it. So I think what's happened is nobody lost their insurance midterm. No one got stuffed up the backside. They were all able to carry on, but basically the policy's expired. There's no renewal for you, so you can go over to this option, which would have cost 10 times as much. I mean, it goes through the roof when there's no competition. They can charge what they like, or you have none. We all know there are places in England, down the Wye Valley, the River Severn, in the Midlands, Stratford-upon-Avon, where they flood every year. All those houses there, no one's got an insurance. They flood every year. They get stuffed. There's nothing they can do. They can't sell their houses because nobody wants to buy the house because it's uninsurable, and you've got a mortgage you're stuck with. That's just the reality, isn't it? So, thanks for bringing that to our attention, and I hope we've put some colour to it. Any comments on that, mate?
Yeah, no, I was just because it's correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was published within the last 24 hours. So it's either the CBS trying to maybe perhaps sensationalize.
I'm sure it is.
It's
a good news story. It gets them. It gets their viewers fired up. We all know how it works. You know, like we've shown this over and over again. You know, right now the world is looking at California. The press want news stories that can look worse than they actually are. And the headline wasn't expired insurance policies back in the summer aren't being renewed. It was people have been dropped from their insurance. I mean, it's just the way the world is, isn't it? You know, the way the world is. But to be fair, we're all guilty of it, including myself. But I try to be accurate. Today's video was called Crash to Boom, right? If I'd put the title, the stock market's down a little bit and I bought a little bit, which is exactly what's happened, doesn't sound very good, does it? Maybe you wouldn't want to watch that. Crash to Boom, what's going on? You know, so, but it's good clickbait, right? Because in here it's Crash to Boom, right? But anyway, yeah, I'm sure that's what they're doing. But I don't think no one's stuffed over. That wouldn't be allowed. That wouldn't be legal. But remember, the businesses, these insurance companies are businesses. They insure by, they look at their risk management, basically, the same as investing, right? And they look at their risk and go, okay, we take this amount of money in insurance, in payments. This is what's likely to be paid out, and this is our profit for the shareholders, right? Berkshire Hathaway and the like, right? Whereas, if suddenly the whole of California and the most expensive part of Hollywood all sets on fire, they can't pay it all out. It's impossible. So they have to start going, we're not insuring anymore, because they just wouldn't be able to pay out. There's no money. And it's not because they're greedy and they're selfish and they want all the money for themselves. There just isn't any money left. As simple as that.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think I saw a comment from Doug saying State Farm dropped 70% of all their insurance policies in the area where the fires occurred before the fires occurred. Have you got a source for that, Doug?
Yeah, send it in. Just the same way as MSK did. Very, very important, that is. CEG skyrocketing. They knew those winds were coming, so guarantee fire. Well, I mean, that's what insurance companies do. They look at the risk, they look at the climate, they look at everything about it. House prices going up. That means payments are going to go out. Payments are going to go up, sorry. State Farm dropped 70% of all insurance policies in the area where the fires occurred before. Yes, Doug, please send verification in, and I want to share it. You need to become a member of the channel, though, so you can get access to Discord. There's the link in the chat. Some things can't be replaced. Yeah, I know. I was listening to Billy Crystal last night. Billy Crystal, famous actor, with his wife. They've been living in the same house for 49 years or something like that. And they got all their Hollywood memorabilia, like Oscars and pictures and records, and all gone. Insurance can't pay for that. It is tragic, isn't it? It's also quite amazing when you think as well. 10,000 houses lost at the last count, and 10 deaths. That's it. Isn't that amazing? 10. More people today got eaten by crocodiles than died in that fire. Isn't that amazing?
Well, yeah, when you put it that way, I mean, that's 10,000 houses and only 10 deaths.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, just think about that just for a moment. Just think about that for a moment. The thing is, though, right, this isn't you're in your house, and I know this firsthand, because when I was about 5 or 6 years of age, I was living in Devon, in Brixham, a little place called Brixham in Devon, and our gas boiler blew up. Just boom, like that. It wasn't a fire coming down the road that everyone's watching on the news, getting out of their houses, evacuating. We see it coming. It blew up. And we had a gas heater outside the house. It blew up, set fire to the house. We all got out, but the house was destroyed. That's how people die in house fires. When they're asleep, the house catches on fire. Look what happened to the Grenfell. Terrible.
Yes, I was going to literally mention that, yeah.
Exactly. The Grenfell high-rise, when all those people died, because they're inside the building. When it catches on fire, they can't get out. More people died there than the whole of California.
Yeah, That's quite a
Yeah.
statistic.
Well, that's how fires normally start, right? You're in your house, it catches on fire, you're asleep, you can't get out, you die, right? That's how it works. This is all over the news. Everyone sees it. I mean, Tom Hanks, I'm just saying, for example, who lives in the Palisade, he probably knew a day before the fire got to his house, it was on its way to his house. He can't stop it, but he can just walk out the road as calm as you like. He can't stop the fire, but he can walk away and just watch his house catch on fire. Anyway, it's horrible, isn't it? Absolutely horrible. I've got to be honest. I don't know how I would cope to start again. Imagine that. Imagine you wake up tomorrow, mate, and everything imagine this house goes, my entire studio is now nothing. The good news is I could pick up my phone, as long as I got my phone, run outside and go live on YouTube and say, I'm not live today because I haven't got a studio. At least I could communicate with people on my phone. That's an amazing thing that we do have that technology, right? But imagine losing all this. Where would I find the energy from to do it all over again? And where would I have the money? I wouldn't have the money either because, can't get insurance for this.
Yeah, that's a very tough situation.
Horrible, isn't it?
But, yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Fight? What's your thoughts on all of this?
It shouldn't be happening in our country. I mean, a lot of stuff shouldn't be happening in this country, but it does. I mean, just how it is.
I think it's a leveler. I think it makes people realize, when people say, America, we can do all this, greatest country in the world, we blah 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 blah. You can't stop you can't stop the environment because you ain't. It's not happening. It's burning. All gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you live. It's a very tragic day, very sad day indeed. And all we can do is just keep going forward, keep hoping for the best, keep hoping for a better day, stay in the game, and keep pushing forward because there's no one's getting out of here for free. No one gets away with it. No one gets out of here for free. Anyway, we've still got a really big audience today, 180 people still tuned in. Would anyone like to take part in our call today? We've got some great guests on the phone lines. If you want to call in, the link's in the chat. I'll give it to you again, pinned to the top. If you're a member of the channel, you have an opinion, a thought, an idea, you'd like to discuss something, ask a question. How do you feel about the market today? Big sell-off. What do you think about, MSK, here we go, mate. What's your thoughts on this? You've probably been watching. I bought again this morning. Look at that. Look at that for margin. Look at that.
That was my thought, actually. I was thinking Martin's going to buy again today. You are really heavy in on the margin. You 100% in, aren't you?
No, 47.
No? Yeah. So that 47 represents how much in terms of dollars?
It was 17,000, I think, left.
Oh, okay.
135,000 you got in margin and 17 left to use.
So you've used 118,000. Well, that's a lot.
I need lots of super chats. Need lots. I just keep thinking in a minute someone's going to give me $1 million super chat and I'll just pay it off like that.
And then my crypto just comes crashing down. And no.
Don't worry about that. Think of the bigger picture. So you're being selfish now. Picture, yeah. You think you're being selfish. You're thinking of your own money. Just think what a wonderful thing you'd do for the world right now. If you did like 20 $500 super chats, right? And then I just paid all my margin off tomorrow. What a wonderful thing that would be. Don't you think, Fight?
Why will you pay off margin? You had that many super chat. You just buy more S&P 500.
I would, yeah.
and you buy at 25% maintenance, and your margin will go up anyways.
I know. Yeah.
There you go.
Just requires MSK now to give me all his money. Only a small little thing.
I'll have a think about
that.
Have
a think about it.
What's the best investment?
Don't make a decision. Don't make a decision right now. Go away and think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's simple, really.
I was it was interesting. I was using ChatGPT today, and I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. So
What
basically,
with
just to give you,
ChatGPT?
yeah, ChatGPT. So just to give you a little background, so I work in obviously analytics and business intelligence. So I've got this software called Power BI, and I was trying to build a tool on the software which kind of allows users to see service accessibility within their area. So if they put in their postcode, they can see mental health services that are closest 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers from them. Yeah. And then it'll give you various other information about those services. Now, you need to use specific coding and formulas to get that to work, so that it understands that it's 2 kilometers or 5 kilometers or however many distance it is from their postcode to the services postcode. Yeah.
Right.
So obviously I was Googling, as I'm quite used to the coding bit, but it wasn't quite working. So then I was like, you know what, I'll just try and ask ChatGPT then. So I was like, ChatGPT, could you correct this code for me? This DAX code. DAX is the language. And so ChatGPT was like, yep, just, give me the code. So I put it in, and then it made a suggestion. So a few tweaks, made a suggestion, and then so I used that code, but still there was a couple of errors there. Yeah. So I went back to ChatGPT, and it was literally like having a discussion. Like, yep, Power BI is telling me there's this error, and then ChatGPT was like, oh, that's probably because of this. How about you tweak this and then try this? And then I did that. Eventually, I actually got to the solution. I was like, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Yeah. And it's the free version.
Yeah, do you know, I tried it and I just got over myself. I just got bored of it in the end. When it first came out and everyone talked about it, I tried it, wrote a few tweets, did a few of this, and then in the end I thought, I can't be bothered. I certainly wouldn't pay for it. But I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I think it's obviously it's a machine learning model, so it really depends on how many people have asked that same question before. So it keeps on learning as it gets more and more of the same questions asked. So obviously it's very familiar with Power BI because it knew the DAX codes like the back of its hand. And in fact, it was telling me, I didn't even tell it. As soon as I pasted the code saying, can you correct it? It told me, oh, you're looking to calculate the distance between two geo coordinates. I was like, yeah, that's smart.
Wow. Impressive.
How'd you figure that out?
Doug made a comment a moment ago, and so God Made a Farmer, who's a member of our channel, sent in the link. So I'm going to share with you this link that we just talked about a moment ago. Thanks for sharing that. So look, here we go. This is really cool. Look, my mugs are being, look at that, are being picked up on Google. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Yeah. This is on a website here. Look, and there's my mug. How cool is that? Go. I'm that famous now. Yeah, I'm that famous. I've actually got my mugs being posted on general adverts by somebody, not me. I'm not doing it, but very, very funny. I like that. Anyway, let me share with you this news item. It just came out. Just been sent in. So let me just clarify what we're reading here. Yes, State Farm ended insurance coverage for many in the Pacific Palisades in 2024. State Farm cited catastrophe exposure as one reason it wasn't. Do you know what I'm going to do? You gave me a report on this as well. I'm going to make a video out of this because I actually think that this is a very important thing to share with people because news media is making... Oh, what? How do I get rid of that? How do I get rid of that? I can't get rid of that. That's not going to let me... Oh well. That one won't let me share it now. I've got to do a free trial. Okay, well, sod you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a video out of this because I think this is really important. People are making hay out of this. So let me put here fire. I'm going to call it fire BS. This is really, really out of order. Fires in California. I've got a very disturbing news item to share with you. The media is making hay, if you will, out of this bad news of California on fire, claiming that insurance companies are leaving people high and dry by cancelling their policies and basically just before the fires broke out so they wouldn't have coverage. To sell media, they're wording it in such a way that it does look like that's the case. However, it's not true. I'm going to share with you because people are very concerned about this today. This is just being shared with me, and it's really quite disgusting that while people are losing their homes in California, the media is trying to cash in on it and turn it into a story. Look at this. This is just out. We've got several sources saying the same thing. And it says here, yes, State Farm ended insurance coverage for many in the Palisades in 2024. We've seen similar headlines like this, sort of implying, because it will get people to watch and it will get people to, engage with it. And it's why I'm covering it. You'll watch this as well. But also, I want to bring this to people's attention because it's not true. It's not the case at all. Let me explain exactly what's going on in here. If I scroll down, State Farm cited catastrophe exposure as one reason it wasn't renewing policies. Now, that's the truth. It wasn't renewing policies for many Californians, including those in the Los Angeles Pacific Palisades. But if you read the title, and there's many of these media reports going out now saying insurance companies ended coverage as if they were dropped in the doo-doo just before the event happened. We had another one a few moments ago, State Farm, saying that they cancelled policies. They cancelled policies back in June in the summer. They didn't cancel policies. They just didn't allow you to renew. So anyway, let me explain a bit more. Strong Santa Ana winds and drought conditions have led to a number of devastating fires in and around Los Angeles this week, including one in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood that has been described as one of the most destructive natural disasters in Los Angeles history. Some people on social media have expressed outrage after viral posts on social media claimed insurance company State Farm cancelled hundreds of homeowners' policies last summer in Pacific Palisades. Did State Farm end homeowners insurance coverage last year? And this is very, very different when you get down to it. Yes, true. What we found on March 20th to 2024, State Farm announced it wouldn't renew 30,000 homeowners insurance policies in California, including more than 1,000 policies in Los Angeles Pacific. You know what? I've read enough. I don't need to read any more. This is all manipulation of a title to get you to watch. This is wrong. Let me come back and explain what's actually happening firsthand, because I have experienced the same thing myself. I am in Texas, and this year our insurance company would not renew our policy because there's a lot more hail in this area. It didn't suddenly cut the policy just before the hail hit because they read on the weather forecast that a hailstorm was coming in. They just didn't renew it. So when we came to renew our policy, we couldn't get coverage, and only a couple of places were doing it. So our premium went through the roof. We had the choice to have no insurance, sell the house, get the hell out of here, or pay a higher premium. Our original insurer was not insuring us. That's just the way things work. Now, I'm not with the insurance companies. I'm not against them, but do understand what they actually are. They are a business, and they cannot pay out money they don't have. They have to make profit from those that pay the insurance premiums on the ones that don't claim for the ones that do. If we've now got a situation where they feel that the risk has gone up and it's extremely likely for houses in California to catch on fire, knowing how much the house prices are and the cost to them, knowing they can't pay it out, the responsible thing to do for them and the insurers is to cancel the policy when it's due for renewal. Because if they hold it in place, they won't be able to pay it out if needed. It's the right thing to do. It's difficult for you, however, if you then can't get insurance, but then that's the risk you take in anything. There are places in England that live by rivers where we now get flooding that have no insurance at all. They can't sell their houses because nobody will buy a house on a mortgage. They can't get a mortgage on it. They're stuck with it. That's life. Life is unfair, but it's also fair at the same time, because if you promise people one thing and can't deliver it, it's not going to work, is it? However, what we've got now in mainstream media and social media is people being told and led to believe that insurance companies are cancelling policies and all the rest of it just before the fire hit. It's not the case. Now, just for full disclosure, I don't represent insurance companies. I don't represent anyone. My job on this channel is to always break through the nonsense, break through the BS, and give you the truth. This is news media trying to sell stories in any way they can, because everyone's now looking at what's going on in California. It's very, very sad that people need to do this. It's not the case, though. We do send out our thoughts for all those affected by what's going on. Very sad to hear today that a lot of it is being caused on purpose by arsonists who are setting fire. It's tragic. And now we've got people looting people's homes. It's a tragic, tragic situation. But once again, it shows you and highlights, no matter where you live in the world, America or the richest part of Los Angeles, wherever it might be, we are no force for nature. As the fire department are now saying, we can't put this fire out until the wind changes. We haven't got the resources, the power, the strength to do it. There's nothing they can do to stop it. And it's very sad that this is happening. But be under no illusion, there's not a conspiracy going on. There's not a big insurance fraud going on trying to stuff it to everybody. The reality is, when the policies were due for renewal, the company did not offer and underwrite new policies for you to get coverage. That's it. At that point, you decide to sell up, get out of there, or take it as it is. But they can't afford to insure properties when they know the chances of paying out is so high that everyone's going to claim they wouldn't be able to pay out. Leave me your thoughts and comments below. Is it right that the media are using this as an opportunity to sell and incite violence and anger and misinformation? I think it's disrespectful to the people that have lost their homes, and it's just, again, human behavior at its worst. Click above my head for all the links down below the description. I apologize for my obvious clickbait title, Fire BS, but it's what it is. I'm telling you what it is. I delivered in my message, and yes, myself, in a way, I've also cashed in on it, but by selling this news to people. But at least it's the truth, and try to correct the nonsense out there. But just by reporting on it, there's no way you can avoid gaining in some way. But just so you know, if this video gets 1,000 views, I'll earn $1. Just so you know. All right, so it is what it is. Over here, I shall put some more information that you might find useful, and down here, another video you might find useful as well. Thank you, Fight Channel. I appreciate the animation there. He's watching in behind the scenes. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, let me come back to the party line. We've got 2 guests called in now. Let me clear that away. Fight, thank you very much. I appreciate all the animation. Let's put you up in guest spot number 8. Vaz is on the line. How are you, Vaz?
Hey, Martin. Hey, everyone. Good.
Great.
Just got back from work.
Great to have you here. I'm loving it. You've gone for the orange light today, have we? Love it.
A little theme color.
I like it.
Sorry.
Very, very nice.
Sorry.
I like it. What a day today it is. Market selling off, down big time. How is your portfolio looking today?
Red. Big red.
Yeah.
I did something a bit prematurely. I bought Gorilla on Wednesday a lot. And I was hoping it will bounce back, and now it's down to 12 something, below $13. I don't mind. It will come back. It will just. I might not be able to buy the stock I wanted to buy on the dip.
No, that's very often the case. It's a global sell-off today. Everything's being sold down. Everything's being oversold. And once this starts, it does gain momentum, I'm afraid. But I mean, Coca-Cola is down 1.5% today. A defensive stock, you know, everything's being sold because there's fear now with inflation. And the thing is, there's no real fear with inflation. It's because the jobs report was better than expected, which now says we're less likely to get rate cuts. That's all it means. It doesn't mean inflation's out of control. They'll just hold up rates for longer. And that won't hurt the S&P. That won't hurt Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon. They'll all be fine. The Russell won't do very well. That's being destroyed today. And companies with no money, we talked about Virgin Galactic today, down 3.5%, 5.69. Gorilla. Any of these companies that are starting out, new companies, innovative companies, are going to pay a price today. Tilray, I said would go down to $1. It was as high as $1.39. It's now done at $1.20. It's getting closer. It's going to struggle, but it's a day for big boys now to put their big boy pants on, dig deep, and just weather the storm. It's going to last. It's going to last for a couple of weeks, at least until past Inauguration Day.
Look, Martyn, I've been here long enough on your channel and following you and been following along. That I'm calm. I'm not panicking.
No, me neither. I want it to stop, though. I want it to stop going down. I don't need to buy any more shares. I've got enough shares to take me way beyond the $1 million now. But you know, you can't just go, well, I've got enough. This game is buy more when it goes down. I mean, you have to do that. I mean, you don't have to do that, of course. I could just focus on paying margin down, but there's no sense doing that. I want to keep digging and digging deeper. Dig the ditches when everybody else is sitting around panicking.
Are you gonna buy more if it dips even further?
Well, I will keep reassessing. I want to be 50%. I'm down to 44. You got to remember, it's all about. See, I don't want to sell. I don't want to have to. I don't want to buy more and then I have to sell. Because if I have to sell, don't forget, I will be selling for profit. Everything I bought a year ago is way up, so it doesn't matter. I will be selling for profit, but 20% of that will be tax. I don't want to have to go too much where I'm forced to sell. I would rather go up to that point because if I'm paying tax on it and it's even though it's up, it's down lower than it really should be. It's best that I don't go that far because I'll make more by not going that far. I had a very good month last month on YouTube. It was my best ever month by a long way. You know, I had 130,000. I'll tell you right now, it's incredible. I'll share with everyone. I always share with everybody. You remember I did the XRP event and I had 130,000 watched. Did you watch that? I had 130,000 live. I just found out how much money I earned from that video. Can anyone guess? So this is why
13 grand.
13,000. I earned 13,000 pounds.
Really?
No.
I was joking.
Oh, thank God for that. No. Anyone guess in the chat how much I earned from that? I was like really amazed because most of my videos earn $5, $10, $20. You know, we are growing. Can anyone guess how much I earned from 130,000 people watching live? This is why I'm bullish at the moment because I've got good money coming in on January the 21st, 11 days from now. Anyone guess? Can anyone put in the chat what you think I earned on that 130,000 watch me live on XRP? Gonna surprise you. Anyone guess? You made $13. No, you're way off. What do you reckon? $20, $50? This is why I'm digging deep at the moment because my income this month is going to be the best I've ever had by a long, long way. $600, $40, $50. No, you're all way off. I was amazed. I'll get it up. I won't just say it. I'll show you what it is because, you know, I show you everything, right? So let me go to it. Where is it? Views. Can I do by views? There it is. There it is. 130. You're going to blow your mind. One of you's got really close. Look at this. This is why I'm buying so much today. Right. You ready? I'm going to blow your mind. So I've got to change that to 28 days to give you the accurate. He's laughing. Right, here.
That blew my mind.
Blow your mind. It blew my mind. All right. I'll build it up. This is my real back behind the scenes numbers, right? There's the video, so you can see. This is why I'm buying more today. So there's the video, so you know it's the XRP video. 134,000 views, right? 16,000 watch hours. So you need 4,000 to monetize on YouTube. So if you only had one video like that, you monetize on one video, right? 3,500 subscribers.
That's the most impressive.
It's nuts, isn't it? Look at this. This is why I bought so much of the S&P. Ladies and gentlemen, how much did I earn on my channel? How much did I earn?
1,500. Oh, I was close.
Look at that.
Nice.
Isn't that nuts? And that is 95% ad revenue. That's 95% ad revenue. That's not super chats, memberships. There were some, but that's nearly all ad revenue. So going back to what I've always said, the biggest investment you make is in yourself, right? Don't use the stock market as a cash machine. Use yourself as the engine, the cash machine. That's why every day you hear a fight channel, he's out working, and he comes back home and he puts his money in the market. And that's it. A work. 4 years ago, if you told me I could earn $1,100 for a video, I would have said, you're joking. But I knew it was possible because I know Meet Kevin makes 10 grand, 20 grand a video, thinking, well, if he can do it, why can't I do it? So here we are. That's the first one. I got to be honest, most of my videos make about $5. That was an exceptional video, but there you go. It was a long video. It was hours long. People watched hundreds of ads and it added up. So yeah, amazing. Bearing in mind though, at the end of the year, I will pay tax on that. So 20% of that will go to the tax man. And because my business is profitable, there's no expenses other than what I've already bought. I'm going to be paying Uncle Sam quite a bit of tax. There's nothing I can do about that. But there you go. So that's why I'm buying more. So there you go.
Good. Good for you.
Yeah.
Martin, the reason why I joined, I heard MSK talking about ChatGPT.
Yeah, tell us.
I would like to give you my own experience. I think ChatGPT is the most advanced voice or text AI on the market currently. And I've been paying for the premium. I know the premium membership now is like $20 a month. I think it's well worth it because yes, you have some limitations, but you can use the advanced voice module. And it's not only that you ask a question or prompt the instructions and then it will give you the answer. You can have live conversation, like if it was a live person next to you, and you literally just can interrupt the voice. I don't want to say her or him. you can literally interrupt the AI. You can have a conversation with them. You can tell them, can you slow down? Can you pause for a bit? I need to write it down. And she goes, yes, no problem. And I say, can we continue where we stopped? And then she carries on. Or when she says something unclear, can I say, can you repeat it? Or can you rephrase that? And it's well advanced. And I think those $20 is well worth it. And it's been saving me a lot of time when I'm trying to search for information or doing some research, especially on the avionics and the aircraft market. Things I'm not so clued upon, like say aircraft hires and stuff like that, and maintenance and all the details. She's been saving me so much time that I don't have to do the research. I don't have to look for articles. I don't have to go through that and highlight information. And it's in my eyes, it's the best investment I've made this year. Yes, I'm guilty. I've paid for the premium. I paid $200 for Jan, but I have unlimited conversation. I've got unlimited use of the whole module, and I can actually be using the experimental modules as well. But
I would like
if
to.
you want to be using it, $20 I think is not enough for what you get back.
I would like to have a chat with you about that. Then your experiences in more detail off air. We'll have and then maybe do a show with you, like we got you on camera now, and show us how you use ChatGPT. So you give a little guide to everybody how you're using it and how you're benefiting from it. But I'm open to learn. I've not found that yet. It's useful for me, but I haven't really tried too much. But what you're saying there sounds very interesting. I just want to. I just want to check with you a moment. Is Ricardo Mardish-ish? Is it Mardish-ish? Are you in the chat, Ricardo? Are you in the chat? I'd like to address you if you are here, because you've made a comment which is not true at all. And you don't understand why I've shared the information that I have. It's to be transparent. It's to be educational. It's to be honest. And I want to just correct you on a couple of things. If you are still here and you're man enough to face me, come into the chat or call in or have a conversation with me, at least by text, are you here? Because, in fact, I will just say it because I think he's ignoring me now because I'm putting spotlight. Someone has just come in and chat and said, not a member, of course, every time I tune in to this channel, all I see is self-promotion. Let's first of all clarify that. Every single solitary media broadcaster in the world, no matter who you are, if you're not advertising your services or telling people what you do, then you're not going to be successful, right? You know, it doesn't work like that. I mean, every single thing you watch, there's an ad or a commercial or an explanation of what the service is, an introduction to what you do. You can't just say nothing, it wouldn't work. But as far as all I ever do is self-promote, just want to point out, this morning we were live from 7 o'clock this morning doing the Tilray earnings. We're now going into earnings season. We do up to 4 earnings a day. 4 earnings a day, then live all the hours in between. We've been covering the news, we've been covering the charts, and on here, I'm going to share this with you when people say this. There's a playlist here called Alpha Spread Stock Review. There are 209 stock reviews in there. 209. So clearly I'm spending a lot of time making videos and broadcasting information. If you look here on my channel, I've produced 6,800 videos. 6,800 videos. That's most channels do in a lifetime. All right. So, you know, it's not all about self-promotion. And the reason why I've been sharing today how much money that video made is so people can understand why I'm investing, how I'm investing, and to encourage people on YouTube, you can do the same thing as me, to encourage people how you can invest. And I've always said, to be responsible and respectful to my audience, the stock market is not a cash machine. The first investment you make is in yourself. You have to earn money to invest, not get rich by buying rubbish on the stock market and hoping it makes you money. So I've worked for 4 years, by the way, to get an income like that on a video. Took me years, 4 years of going live all day, every day to achieve that. So please don't say stuff like that because it's completely untrue. Anyway, my members and everybody else appreciated it, and thank you for your support. Watched a commercial yesterday saying Notre Dame, the Mercedes-Benz had SoundHound AI speaking in the commercial. Wow, that's pretty cool. Good morning, people. Jeff, do you use ChatGPT to research to make your YouTube videos? No, I don't use it at all, but I'm now going to learn a bit more because what Vaz is saying today is very interesting. This morning we talked about the market, stocks a ton, wildfires, insurance companies. So that guy is a complete clown. Yeah, and it's quite sad though. He wasn't man enough to come back. I gave him a voice, Ricardo Mardishish. Every time I tune in this channel, well, I would suggest then you always tune in at the wrong moment and you only tune in for 1 second. So anyway, I'm just saying, if you're going to come on and say stuff which is completely untrue to try to discredit me, have the balls to come back and have a debate with me, and at least then we can have a healthy conversation. But of course, you've buggered off. And if I type in the chat, Ricardo, I see you're still here. If everyone does that right now, if you type in Ricardo, you will see you put the @ sign and RI. He's still in the chat, but he's not got the balls enough to say anything. So I really despise people who try to say stuff like that. Anyway, sorry guys.
I was gonna say one more thing.
Yeah.
Talking of OpenAI, who actually created and invented and developed ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Potentially further down the pipeline this year might be an IPO, and I've been reading quite a bit about that, and it looks very interesting. They, on one hand, don't want to do it because they might lose that independence, because so far ChatGPT has been independent module or entity. If investors get involved, they might be steering it in a certain direction. On the other hand, they can split it and they can make the commercial version, which will be publicly traded and then or publicly owned, and they can have the research version, which would still be independent. But if that happens, that could be a good opportunity for investors.
Yeah, because that's it, isn't it? How do we monetize ChatGPT? That was always a concern I had. You know, as an investor in it, how does it actually make money? But you've gone for the paid version.
Yeah.
How much did you say you're paying for it?
Originally, I paid those $20 for the monthly subscription,
right?
But it's limited. You get limited text prompts, text conversations. Then you have to step down to that. You can't use ChatGPT 4 or 4.0. You have to step down to ChatGPT 3.0, which is slightly limited or not as advanced. And the voice module is also limited, so you can have like, I don't know, say 45-minute live conversation with that module every day and a half until it resets. It also depends how many people are using it at a time, how the servers are busy. So I got fed up with that because I had a lot of work to do, and I just said, sod it. I chucked $200 at it, but I've got unlimited. I've got everything unlimited. I can use it as much as I want. I can talk to her day and night, which I've been doing eventually. I spent probably 4 hours having conversation.
Bloody hell.
I mean, learning, not personal conversation. I've been learning. I've been doing research.
Hang on a minute. Does your wife know
I've
this?
got a girlfriend.
I'm going to say,
let me get this straight.
Does your wife know all this is going on?
Yes.
I used to be like that when I was about 18. There was a 0800 number call center. I'd pick up the phone and this sexy girl would answer the phone. I was talking to her all day long. So you're having conversations with ChatGPT. Interesting. What's the voice? Have you chosen the voice? Did you get an option in the voice?
Yeah, you have like 4 or 5 different voices.
What have you chose? What have you chose? Is it a sexy lady?
I can't say if she's sexy or not.
It's a lady, isn't it?
That's just not. It's a lady, yes.
It's a lady.
That's sexy enough.
You didn't just go for a male voice then?
No.
I
mean, Martin, I've been listening to you all day.
I agree. In fact, we do, don't we? In fact, if we do. Look, if I do a test YouTube super chat, look, it's a lady. Where is it? Why didn't it play? It always plays. Oh, hang on. I turned it off. I turned it off because it goes over Fight's face. Hang on, look. I've got a lady too, I agree.
Kevin donated $17 through a super chat.
See?
This is a test super chat message.
See? I chose a lady as well. So I'm just as guilty as you, mate. There you go. Well, that's interesting, that, mate. I'd like to really go into it and see how. Just watch you, because you've obviously you know what you're doing now. But how
you have till the end of the month. You have till the end of the month. I'm not paying another $200 in Feb. Plus, Feb is shorter. I would be robbing myself of 3 days, so I'm not doing that again. You have till the end of the month until this premium expires.
Oh, you're not going to renew it?
I'm gonna renew just the basic premium, $20. I'm not gonna pay $200. So I will have limited conversations. I will have like 45 minutes every day or every other day. But now I'm unlimited. I can talk 24/7 with her.
Sounds nice.
Or him.
But you prefer her. Yeah, I get it.
But as MSK said, it's great for Excel. It's great for data analysis. If you know how to work with it, I've used it at work a few times.
How accurate is it? How accurate is it for you? Do you ever check it? What worried me is I did this when this is why the alerts are showing up. I've got to clear them away again. There we go. What I found out when I first started to use it is I would say, write me a text about the price of Tilray before the earnings, yada, 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 yada. And it would come out this lovely, lovely text that I could tweet. I did it for a couple of days and it would send this really great tweet and it was all full of information. And then I just checked it and some of it wasn't even right. And I thought, I can't send this out. I'd rather say I don't know something than send a load of technical jargon, which sounds like I really know what I'm talking about. And in fact, half of it wasn't correct. So if you actually checked the reliability of it or what?
Well, when you research and she or he gives you an answer, you usually get links to your sources or to her or his sources. And also, I usually ask a follow-up question. And it sort of reassures me because, say, if I get any information about a company and I say, can you say more or can you find more information, and then she either finds more information from different sources and you feel like more assured that she's doing more research. It's not like pulled out of thin air. Obviously, you have to check everything. You have to check yourself, information after yourself. I should be doing my research, checking after you as well. As they say, do your own due diligence. You can't rely on anything 100%. You can't rely 100% even on yourself. You should be checking after yourself as well. But it's getting better, and if you know how to work with it, I think you can get amazing output.
Great talking to you. Really interesting stuff. Members only vlogs. Those who've been here know, please don't respond to those guys. It takes away from the people who actually tune in for your content. Thank you very much indeed. He never came back to me, did he? No. Martyn, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something. You're doing something wrong. If you have haters, it's because they envy what you have. You're doing great. It's a win-win no matter what happens. The people's champion. I just want to say though, folks, you don't wake up one morning and earn $1,000 on a video by doing nothing. I spent 4 years. So if you actually break down what I've earned per hour, it's probably like 1 cent an hour. It just took a long time to get there. MSK's calling back. Let's have a look. I thought we were going to end the stream here. We seem we've got everyone's calling back in again. Let me just line up. MSK. His camera's a bit. Let's get him over here. There you go. Thank you, MSK. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I just wanted to add on to Vaz's point. So, point around. How do you know it's right or wrong? Well, in my world...
Could I just interrupt? Could I let you talk a moment? I've been sat here since 6 o'clock. I need to take a restroom break.
Yeah.
We'll leave it like that. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. If I said 10 minutes, that mean one thing. If I say I'll be back in 2 minutes, it means another. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Could you please carry on without me just a moment? I hate to be so obvious, but if I sit here any longer, it's not going to turn out well for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This show's honest, folks. I'm basically going for a pee. All right, just carry on.
Well, just wear the pins next time.
Do what?
Just wear the pins next time. You don't have to worry about it.
Wear different pants?
No, wear the pin. The pin,
What's that?
For old people that have
incontinent pants. What you're suggesting then, your financial advice to me would be wear an old man's nappy and piss yourself live on the show. That's what you're saying to me.
Look how happy he is.
Brilliant. Right. Well, I don't take that financial advice. I should go to the
I've got one more
toilet
suggestion, Martin.
like a normal
I've got
person.
one more suggestion.
What?
I've got one more suggestion.
What?
You need to get a special Martyn Lucas pee mug.
It's broken.
And it's gonna change color. Look, it's gonna change color.
It's going to change colour. It's going to change colour.
The content.
Right. Have a nice chat. I'll see you in a minute.
All right. I was just gonna say, Vaz, yeah, it's the thing that with my work is that it's with statistics and maths, you're either right or you're wrong. So you know straight away if whatever it's telling me,
Yep.
if I use that code that it's told me to use for a specific problem, and that code actually is recognized by the software that I'm using and it implements what I'm trying to do, then you know it's right.
Yep.
There is no like, there's no like gray area. It's black or white. It's either wrong or it's right. If it's wrong, Python or Power BI or whatever it is, might be Excel, it'll throw up an error. It won't do what you're asking it to do. So then you go back to, obviously, that's, as I mentioned, I'd go back to ChatGPT and say, okay, there's a slight issue with the code because this is the warning message or error message that I'm getting, and then it'll tweak it. It'll come up with a suggestion saying, oh, that's probably because this function can only handle one argument. So in order to rewrite the code so that this function is only taking one argument, write this. Okay, boom. Yeah, it's working. It's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
So you use it for coding as well?
Pretty much solely for coding. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've used it for Excel a few times. My limitation with Excel is my own knowledge of Excel. So I was not able to sort of use the whole potential of it because I didn't know how to use what I can do in Excel. But it's been working. It's been helping.
Raz, honestly, if you want any Excel advice, come to me. Come to me. I'm honestly, even I'm gonna boast now. Even the analysts come to me when it comes to Excel. Okay, so yeah, just ask me. I'm more than happy to help.
You need to start your own YouTube channel.
I was thinking, I've considered it because obviously I've got. So what I do with my limited company is take on analytical projects. One of the things I was also planning to do was Excel Power BI tutorials videos on YouTube. And yeah, it's at the moment I'm quite busy. It is quite time consuming, and I do commend Martyn for his effort, how much he puts in to produce all his videos and all the how much resource he invests in it. But yeah, that's a whole new thing for me. But at the moment, I'm getting enough projects to keep me busy, and to keep the income coming in. So it's all good.
Tell the truth, folks. Tell the truth. Don't pull the punches. Tell the truth. What is the greatest pleasure? Someone buys you. Someone.
Didn't know you can ask that kind of question. I'm joking.
What is the greatest pleasure, right, out of these two options? Someone buys you a brand new iPhone for Christmas. It's nice, isn't it? Nice pleasure. Ooh, get all excited about that. Or when you've sat on a show for 6 hours and had a really, really, really big pee. What's the greatest pleasure?
Well, I don't want to get too philosophical.
I'll do you one better.
It feels good.
Better.
Tell the truth.
Oh, Vaz has got one better.
I'll do you one better.
Yep.
You'll be sat on the show with a big poo. That would be even more satisfying.
Oh god.
I would be feeling even better, Martyn.
Yeah, I think the iPhone for me, what I was going to say would be, it'd be great. I'd have great gratitude towards the person that's gifted it to me. But in terms of pleasure, yeah,
Sometimes I think it's so good, it's worth worth holding on in it for a little while. Don't you reckon?
Can't believe we're having this conversation. Yeah. You know what? I saw this interview. So the interviewer is actually legit asking questions, legitimate questions, and he asked this individual who's obviously being a troll. Okay, so what's the greatest pleasure in life for you? And then he's like, and he said exactly what you just said. He's like, you know what? You know those moments where you're like in a bus journey for like 3 hours, and you're like really holding it, and you really need to go, and you finally get. And then the interview is just.
I would pay $1,000 for that feeling every day.
Yeah.
True though, isn't it? Say what you like, it's the truth. Anyway, as we
someone said, ask ChatGPT what's the greatest pleasure. And
Funny you said that. I'm going on steady.
yeah, let's listen to her voice, Faz.
So what am I supposed to ask?
What's the greatest pleasure in life?
How's it going? Sure
Sorry.
thing, Vaz. What's on your mind?
Sorry, say again.
Vaz! She called him Vaz!
Yeah.
His
She
sexy
knows a
woman.
lot about
His
me.
sexy woman called him Vaz. He's having a relationship.
I've initially input some information about me, and then when as we develop our conversations, she sort of remembers. So you can ask her to remember certain things, and she will then use it in the further conversations. I'm not saying for the personal. Yeah, I know, Martin, you hate it. But I can steer my research in the right direction. Say, all right, let's ask what was the question?
We can either ask the question that Martin asked, which is a greater pleasure, receiving an iPhone, the latest iPhone, or going to the toilet to urinate after holding.
6 hours. Yeah. Okay. I will need your help. Can you just advise which one is more satisfying? Getting a new iPhone 16 or going to the toilet after 6 hours of doing a live YouTube show?
Well, Vaz, getting a new iPhone can be pretty exciting and satisfying, especially if you love tech. But finally getting a break after a long live show can be an incredible relief and joy in the moment.
Thank you. For how long can a human hold urine without damaging his kidneys?
It's important to listen to your body and not hold it too long, though.
Put it next to the microphone. Put the speaker next to the microphone.
If there's anything else you need, just let me know.
Could you not hear that?
Put it next to the microphone. When you went forward, where's the microphone?
I think it's this earpiece.
Oh my God. What a show. What a show.
For how long can one hold urine without damaging his kidneys?
Holding urine occasionally for a short time is usually fine, but regularly holding it for too long can strain your... Recommended not to wait more than... Holding it often, you might want to...
Sorry, say again.
It's generally recommended not to wait more than 3 to 4 hours. If you're often holding it for much longer... Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Yes, can you repeat that, please?
Sure. It's generally recommended not to hold urine for more than 3 to 4 hours. It's a good idea to consult a health...
Why does it keep cutting out?
Yeah, why does it keep cutting out? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the good bits.
That might be my Wi-Fi signal.
Oh. Wow.
You know what? Let's
Yeah,
just
but
ask.
you saw you.
What is the
you
greatest
saw it
pleasure in
yourself.
life? Let's just ask that question. What is the greatest pleasure in a human life? You know.
Yeah, ask it that.
I will need your help. I would like 2 takes on this question. One is philosophical and one is purely materialistic. What is the greatest pleasure in human's life?
Philosophically, the greatest pleasure might be finding deep meaning. purpose. Materialistically, it like success, wealth, or possessions matters most to the individual. What do you think, Vaz?
Sorry, can you say that again?
What do you think,
Certainly.
Vaz?
The greatest pleasure in life can be finding deep. Materially, it might and achievements like success or wealth.
Don't know why it keeps cutting out. You know what it might be? It might be because there's a loop feedback. It's going into your headphones and hearing itself because it's playing it back. It might.
No, it shouldn't.
No, it's not that? Okay, I don't know.
Can you say that again, please?
Repeat, 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 repeat.
I think that's my Wi-Fi messing it up.
No worries. No worries. That was good. That was funny.
But as you saw,
shy and developed a stutter whilst because we're here. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, she's a
probably
bit
nervous.
embarrassed. She's a bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, if you just tuned in, what we're doing here, it's a Friday phone-in. We're having some fun because it's just a disastrous day for gamblers, disastrous day for a lot of people. For investors, this is a good day. This is when we go to work. I've bought more, still continue to go down. I have warned it's not over yet. This is going to last a little while. But remember that bear markets are always a lot shorter than bull markets, all right? But we are a bull market most of the time. We are still in a bull market. We've got good economy. We've got rates coming down. We've got most Wall Street think it's good that Trump has won the election. It's business friendly. I think all the tariffs are scaring everybody. But remember, when we often see an earnings beat and then we see a sell-off, it's because it's not always a bad sign. It means taking profits to drive it down to buy it up again. There's nothing wrong with doing that, and that's why I'm buying. Okay, so it does take a bit of time. This is not a race. It takes patience, but I'm very happy with this today. I've got no problem with this at all. And when it turns around, of course, it's going to go up a lot quicker than it did before. Anyway. We're going to, if anyone else wants to call in, we can wrap up this show. We are way over time. It's 11:30 Central. It's freezing cold here, ice and snow outside. And if anyone has anything they want to get off their chest, want to ask a question, call in. The phone line is open. Fizz review, please. Mike Koza. Well, you are a member, and Fizz review. Let me just make sure I know what stock you mean. Let me just have a quick look for you. Just bear with me. Robin Hood. Let me just type it in. Fizz. 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 Do you mean National Beverage? Is that the company you are talking about? If you could just confirm to me that this is the one that you want me to look at. $5 super chat will put you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down on the list, I'm afraid. So let me put you down there. Fizz. Fizz. And that is National Beverage. Can you just confirm that is the correct stock for you? Beverage. And let me see. Is that the right one? And that is $5. And that is for Mike Koza. There you go, Mike. If you can just confirm that is the right one. I've written that down. Hopefully that's right. Now then, I do have to get to my next review. So I think what I'll do is I'll take a break in a second. I'll come back at 2 o'clock and I will do a review. I promised I would get my next review done for Captain Alex, who gave me a super chat of Hong Kong. I think it was 100 Hong Kong, which is actually $12. I will do that when I come back this afternoon, first thing. So I need to end this stream, put out my information about the fire BS news, put that out, and then I'll come back at 2 o'clock, and maybe a bit slightly earlier. No, it won't. It won't be earlier. It'll be 2 o'clock, and then I can do that, and then I've got the Friday night concert as well. So Vaz, need to find a better AI girlfriend, says Patrick Black. If you could afford... Okay, here's a question for you. If you could afford it, and remember, we've got 13% ladies here, so it goes out to the ladies as well, not just the guys. Anybody, if you had disposable income and you had money to spend, you got everything you need, so money is not an issue. Money's not an issue. Would you buy, because they are just about available now, they're getting better all the time. Would you buy yourself a female or male robot that looks like a real person, acts like a real person, the whole bit? Vaz is already smiling and thinking, yep, I've already got the voice, just plug it in and I'm ready to go. Would you buy one? Would you buy one? Would you have around your house, right? If you are a woman, you want a really handsome, hunky bloke, right? Walking around going, hello, darling, right? Bit like me, basically.
Or like,
exactly like me. Or you'd have a
like
sexy...
a sex toy.
Well, I didn't want to use those terms, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying, you know,
Or,
whatever.
Or to cut grass and hedges and wash windows.
Yes, it's a bit different, isn't it? Yeah. No, I look. You do what you want with your robot, right? I'm not telling you what you. We're not going down that road, right? We've already done other stuff we shouldn't have done, right? I'm just simply saying, would you buy an AI robot for yourself if you had disposable income? All right, and if you did, would you buy it so it looked nice? So you know, would you? Would you, Vaz? Would you buy one?
Well, I will probably partially answer your question because I bought myself an electric Hoover or vacuum, as they call it in the States, and it's been one of the best investments I did into my household.
Would you buy, if you had the money, would you buy a really nice looking woman robot that would walk around and vacuum for you and talk to you?
Probably not.
Would you do that?
Probably not.
What would your wife say?
Don't know.
Would you?
I need to ask her.
Yeah. Would your wife buy a male one, walk around cooking the dinner for her, delivering the dinner in a little?
Look, Martin,
in a little
as long as
outfit.
I could drink whiskey with him,
be all right.
Couldn't care less.
Yeah. Would you buy one, Fight? Would you buy one?
I would say no, but if I did, I'll put a sexy maid outfit on her.
See? Yeah, you wouldn't buy one as
male or female.
Yeah, you'd want it looking good, wouldn't you? I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
You'd be a female.
Would you? I mean, if you rung up the shop and they said, "Okay, we're going to send you out your robot. How do you want it to look?" Are you going to say ugly as anything, horrible, ugly, or are you going to say no, nice, sort of, you know?
I tell
sexy.
you what, Martin. No offense, I love him, but I would love one to look like Elton John. Walk around the house, hoovering, washing windows, cutting grass. Wouldn't it be amazing?
And singing Tiny Dancer to you.
You've got all the choices. Hang on, Vaz. This is not looking good for you. You're telling you've got all the choices available to you. She can look like anyone. Your female robot could be any way you want it to be, and you choose it to look like a little fat Elton John.
Not fat, young Elton John. Like Elton John in his.
So 30s. you don't want a sexy lady. You want Elton John. You are married, aren't you? You are.
Well, civil partnered.
Civil partner to a lady, correct?
Long enough, yeah, 5 years.
But you want a robot Elton John.
Yeah.
Benny in the jets. Benny in the jets.
It's going to be all over Barbie Channel today. What about you, MSK? What would you have? Jennifer Aniston, Britney Spears, the Queen, or Elton John?
My partner going berserk if I actually got like Jennifer Aniston or you know, J-Lo or Beyonce robot.
What would you get?
So you know, I used to be a huge. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Terminator 2. And when I was a kid, I was always thinking I need a T800. You know, I need a T800 just to, you know, protect me. You know,
you've got an opportunity for a stunning woman, and you're. What is wrong with? Am I the only normal person here? That's one Elton John, and you want Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Martin, that is why. That is because we already have stunning women.
So do I.
Exactly,
so do I.
Exactly.
So do I. But if I've got $20,000 and I'm going to buy a robot
Martyn, you're digging yourself a hole. Leah is listening, and you are digging yourself a hole. I just gave you that little.
Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!
I just gave you that little lifeboat, and you just sunk it right away.
Brilliant. Let's read the comments, please. The fifth of, hang on, what have we got here? Super chat. Hang on, 25 Hong Kong dollars. He said, hang on, hang on, I've got it turned off. That's why it's not showing up at the moment, because we got, hang on, I don't want to put it on the screen, got over MSK's head. Super chat, Captain Alex, if the robot could invest, yes. And Vaz, where did you put the vacuum?
Which part of the vacuum are we talking about? Like the whole thing, or because it's got a little charging dock as well. So that's where she's docked in the hallway. And then sometimes I take her upstairs because she can't go up the stairs. So sometimes I take her upstairs and she just does her business, and I take her back downstairs to the docking station so she can charge.
Sometimes I take it to the bedroom and
Please, the fifth on the robot. Meeting rest of the day. I'll tune in when I can. Thanks for all you do, Martyn. Oh, you're very welcome. It's been a hell of a funny day. Mariah Carey. Who would have a Mariah Carey robot? That's being suggested by Richard Garcia. No one here, apparently. There's only one person left to ask. Fight. Because Vaz wants Elton John. MSK wants Arnold Schwarzenegger. Please, fight. Would you have a Mariah Carey one?
No, I go somebody back in the 80s, Molly Ringwald.
At least it's a nice, good-looking woman as opposed to Vaz with his little fat
Pretty
Elton
in
John.
Pink and all that good movies.
Vaz, use your bailout, says Al Pasqui. Let's have a look. MSK would have a Predator robot. James W. Yes, he would. MSK, I messaged you on Discord. Says bootlegger. This is so clear. That's so funny. Syrian Marshall. She's just tuned in. She's loving this. She's having a great time. Would you want to push Elton John up? Oh, Vaz. Syrian's asking. Would not want to push Elton John upstairs.
I mean, I live in a 2-story house, so it will only make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Everything makes sense. Well, I have to say I've had a wonderful time this afternoon. It's been most entertaining. But anyway, final thoughts, everybody. The stock market's crashing. It's trying to find support. It's going up at the moment. Make some predictions. Vaz, final thoughts, and will we end the day green, or are we going to stay the way we are?
No way it's going to bounce back. It's been too much of a dive. I think next week is not going to be green either. We might get a day or two when it will try to creeping up, but I don't think we will get any recovery.
Well, next week, of course, it's a big week because we've got the banks reporting. I expect the banks to be making some money because of all these rate increases on mortgages. We've got on Wednesday, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Citi, Wells Fargo. Then we've got Bank of America on Thursday, Morgan Stanley, USB Bank, with some chips thrown in from Taiwan Semiconductors. That's all reporting next week. So expect some volatility next week with the banks. And then we go into full earnings season on the 21st of January. And don't forget, if you are a member and you do a $5 super chat, you can book your earnings in. We can do 4 a day on this channel, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon because of the extra channel. So we're going to be doing that. So if you want to get an earnings booked in, $5 first come, first serve. On Monday, January the 13th, we got AEHR. Applied Digital on Tuesday, Wednesday all the banks, Thursday all the banks with Texas, Taiwan Semiconductor. On Friday we got Thrust, Fastenental, Schlumberger, and next week, the week after that, we've got 3M, Charles Schwab, DHI, PLD, Super Microcomputer. I bet that'll be popular. It's first come first serve. Netflix, Capital One, Rio Tech, Quantum, CMCO, SAP, Seagate. On Wednesday, we got J&J, we got Procter & Gamble, GEV, Ali, Halberton. In the afternoon, we got Discover, ASMC, CCI. On Thursday, GE, Next Era Energy, Blackstone, Union Pacific. It's going to really pick up next week. And then Friday, American Express, HCA. And then, of course, the big one. The following week, we'll be going into NVIDIA with all the mega caps, Apple, Amazon, Visa, all the rest of it. So it's going to be quite a week next week and the week after. We look forward to that. That's another reason why it's selling off at the moment, preparing for these earnings.
When is Gorilla, Martin? Do we know?
When is Gorilla? I shall tell you right now. When is Gorilla? Did I write Fizz down? Just make sure before I go off that screen. Yes, I did. GRRR. If you remember, I will be on the call for Gorilla. So if you want to ask a question, you can ask it, and I will put it to the CEO live on the show. Jayesh.
I've got one more question for you as well.
Yes. It's down 24% today. Bloody hell, it's coming tumbling down. 24%. When is the earnings call? The earnings call is slated for... we haven't got a date yet, by the looks of things. No, we haven't got a date. But look at that. Down 24% today. Bloody hell. Anyway, as soon as I get information on the earnings, I will let you know. And then if anybody wants to ask a question, let me know. Members only, and we'll do a members only exclusive event, and we'll cover the earnings for it. Yeah, good question. Thank you.
I've got one more question for you, Martin.
Yes, mate.
Intricate. Asti, have you heard back from them at all?
Asti is that Fabrizio? Asti isn't it?
Yeah.
CEO. Not recently.
Paul Worley.
Paul Worley. Oh, which was Fabrizio? After Ascent Mobix. Thank you, Mobix. Ascent Solar is Paul Worley. No, I haven't actually. Let's have a quick look at the stock.
I remember they booked 2 interviews with you, didn't they?
Yep. Yeah.
And they should have been now generating revenue because they should have started selling their product.
Yeah.
If I remember right, what he said in the interview.
Correct. Well,
I was wondering whether you've heard from them or...
I haven't. Let me reach out to Paul Worley and see if we can get them back on the show. But yeah, the stock's been going down year to date, 1 year. It's been going sideways, hasn't it, really? Last 3 months, it's going sideways.
It's bounced off recently, slightly. Yeah. It's been trying to creep up.
Yeah. Have they got any information on their earnings? Expected February 19th. Let's see if I can get on that call as well. Thank you for that. I will get hold of Paul Worley. And if you don't hear from me say much about it, please keep reminding me. And I'll try to get on the earnings call and get some information on that. All right. What a great day. We've had a bit of fun. It's been a bit of comedy. I mean, you have to laugh when the markets dive the way they did. You've got to stay on it. Steve Wally. Steve Wall, not Paul. Steve Wally? No, it's Paul, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's Paul.
Oh,
Paul. Yes, Paul Worley.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul Worley was actually in the studio, wasn't he? He was actually here with me.
He was in your house, yeah.
Yeah, in the studio, yeah. Oh, it's
Leah
Paul.
made him dinner.
Huh?
Leah made him dinner.
No, she didn't. I say it stays where we are, then up next week. It's trying to break out. Let's see if Coca-Cola's moved yet, because even Coke was sold off today. Whoosh, still going down. Bloody hell. Everything is going down, even defensives. Bitcoin still down today. Oh, no, it's not. It's up now, 0.31. XRP is still down, not doing so good there. NVIDIA, I'm interested in NVIDIA. That's still down, 136. It's starting to stabilize now, though, folks. Looks like NVIDIA is starting to push up now. Good. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for the live show, Martin. It's much appreciated. James, it's been a lot of fun. I will be back at 2 o'clock. I will be doing Captain Alex. You did ask what happens to the video earlier if you're not here. Don't worry, I make it in the live show and then I will put it out as its own video. Someone asked me for a video yesterday and it's out now. If you look on the homepage of the channel, scroll down here. If you scroll down and you go to the video section, just there, you'll see VOR analysis. You asked me to do VOR. I did it. There it is. If you want to go and watch the Tilray earnings, I've just put it out. It's just gone out. In fact, I'm going to ask you all to do me a favor. Just because I've been so nice to you today and been talking for hours and hours and hours, I destroyed my own video because it was best to get it out, not wait till I finished. So I destroyed it. I destroyed my own video. So what I'd like is all of you, and even if you don't want to watch it, just have it running in the background, just to be nice, because it's Christmas in 11 months, right? So I'm going to give you all the link to Tilray. All right, so here we go. What's this here? MartynLucas.com. Oh, that's the thing for today. Yeah. Go and watch Tilray. There you go. There's the link. Pin it to the top. When this finishes, whether you want to or not, just do it. Watch it. You don't have to listen. Just let it run in the background because I destroyed it by simply keep going live. So I destroyed my own video. What's that? You got Tilray Brands playing. Good man. Good man. You're already watching it. What a legend. What a legend. I love it. Are you watching this one then, or just phoning in?
I'm live with you on the chat.
Yeah, I know you're live.
iPad, and I've got on the phone.
Yeah. Well, what about watching this video now?
There's the Tilray. There's the Tilray.
I know it's Tilray, but what about watching this one? You're not watching this one?
No.
How many devices have you got?
Only 2 at the moment.
Only 2. You need to buy another one. That's financial advice.
But you can just have it on a different tab. This is just a separate tab.
Yeah,
And,
you can. Yeah, but he can't on his phone. He can't on his phone. That's too much. It's just look, you can see by his face reaction, I've just asked too much. He's going, Martyn, do you realise I've watched your Ya Ya Ding Dong more than anyone on planet Earth, like 20,000 times, and he has, and you're on air live in front of everyone, making me look bad because I'm not watching that and phoning in and Tilray at the same time. You can see his face. Look, I've gone too far. He's like, I'll do anything for you, Martyn, but you've asked too much.
You just stop the video, the Tilray video, and I'm gonna stop super chats.
Yeah, no more super chats.
MSK, it's beyond your comprehension how many hours I have dedicated to Martyn Lucas Music Channel.
Yeah. And now he's asking for more. Yeah. See?
It's beyond your comprehension how many dollars I've actually super chatted.
Yeah, it's beyond.
Oh, there we go. Let's start measuring, Willie.
Here we go. Who's got the biggest?
No. I know. I'm just saying. Look how ungrateful. Oh,
yeah, ungrateful.
Did you hear it earlier? He wants 20 consecutive $500.
Yeah, 20. Not a lot. It's not a lot to ask, is it?
Yeah, only $10,000.
Pounds, MSK, pounds.
Oh, pounds. Exactly.
Sorry.
I forgot it myself.
Yeah, pounds.
Pounds.
Right, enough of this nonsense. Thank you very much indeed. You've all got the link to Tilray. Please go and watch it. I can tell you who does because I can see as the show ends, the numbers go up. But that's it from me. I will see you all back this afternoon for the closing bell. We are going to do, when we come straight back, we're going to do EHE Hang for Captain Alex. Thank you so much indeed. That's it. Final thoughts from you, Vaz. When are we going to have you on the show? When are you going to start calling in? What are you going to software-wise, OBS, or are you going down the Mac route? What's your thoughts?
For now, OBS.
That'll work.
Next month, probably Mac. I still need to have a little chat with you. How we gonna present it? How we gonna start?
Let's have that conversation. Looking forward to it. Final thoughts from you, Fight Channel. What can we expect from you, your channel, and anything else that you provide to the world?
Oh, we got more great videos coming. Yeah, I'll tell you next week. I tell you.
We've given you some gold today, haven't we? We've given you some gold today.
Since I can't work today, I'm snowed in. Technically, I can work. I want to, but I don't want to go out there and damage my truck. I already did that this morning. Drove around in the snow.
Yeah. And thank you for you taking people from A to B. We appreciate everyone doing every kind of service for everybody. MSK, final thoughts from you, Mr. Cambridge?
Yeah, I'm just I'm looking forward to the week commencing 20th. I mean, that's a big week, isn't it? I mean, the inauguration and also obviously a lot of earning calls for the big tech. So that's gonna be a huge
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to be, and we all want to be in the game. We want to be poised for action. Yeah, load of big stocks, load of stocks, reporting. Donald Trump taking the stage. I'm sure whether you are Republican or Democrat, whether you love or hate him, I would say he's going to do a better job than the first time round. He's learned a lot. He's bound to have learned. He's bound to have got a better team around him. It's bound to be better than it was first time round. You may have loved it or hated it. I don't know. But I would say I think it's going to be fine. I think all these threats of tariffs, when they all realize it's all going to go away, he's not going to invade Canada. He's not going to buy Greenland. None of that stuff's going to happen. I mean, flipping out, Greenland's is part of NATO. America's not going to attack NATO because all of a sudden England are going to go, oh, hang on a minute, you're attacking us. Are we going to fire back at America? None of that's going to happen. All right, let's get with it. We're a global community now. We're not like we were in the Second World War. Different world altogether. We're all good. Everything's fine. It's just saber rattling for negotiation purposes, and that's what he does, right? There you go. Thank you ever so much.
Gary Gensler's resigning on that date as well, 20th.
Yes, a lot of crypto enthusiasts are glad to see that. But we're watching all that.
Huge week, yeah.
Huge week. Absolutely right. I'll see you all back for the closing bell in a few hours. We're going to do a review. Then tonight, live on the music channel, it's the party channel. And we'll be doing some requests. I don't expect any requests or super chats now from Vaz. I've upset him way beyond levels he'll never recover from. Especially now we know he has a personal relationship with his favourite lady. Oh, by the way, have you got a name for her?
Yes.
I knew it. You've named her. What's her name?
I'm not telling you.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to give everybody my final thought. Cheers, guys. So, final thought for the day. Simple question. What would you prefer for Christmas? An iPhone or some time well spent on the toilet? Until next time, take care of yourselves and each